You're listening to The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids.
We now leave our network programming to bring you the following special sports presentation.
The history, the tradition, the fun of Kernels baseball.
It's time for exciting live coverage of Kernels baseball, right here on the Kernels Radio Network. Now, the voice of the Kernels. In his 11th season, here's John Rogers.
Good Sunday afternoon, everyone. It's cloudy and windy, but far better this afternoon for baseball than it was last night, and the Kernels got their 8-game homestand started in a terrific way with a 4-2 victory over the South Bend Silverhawks. That win has nudged the Kernels to within a game of the 500 mark in the season's first half standings, and it snapped a 5-game losing skid. We're visiting on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show for the first time this spring with Colonel newcomer, third baseman Travis Schlichting. And Travis, I thought we'd talk about last night's playing conditions, because to say it was a challenge may be an understatement, yet I thought both teams really came out mentally ready to battle the conditions and play hard. And I wondered if you could start by describing what it was like in the field with that hard rain all evening long and the swirling wind.
Well, the field wasn't too bad, actually. It was a little wet, but it looks like our infield and the grass, it carries that water. It doesn't really sit there too, it gets down underneath pretty good. Just the worst thing was the rain coming in your face. I mean, it was right in your eyes almost the whole game.
Yeah, because it was blowing across the field. Now, do you wear contact lenses?
No, I don't wear contacts, but I mean, it definitely got in your eyes a little bit and kind of distracted you, but I mean, that's just something you got to deal with and play through, and that's all you can do.
And both teams did that. You made 3 fine plays at third base last night, and we got a break in the 5th inning when both their shortstop and their pitcher lost the grip on the baseball and made wild throws. How difficult was it, Travis? Because people think, oh, it's not too hard to grip a wet baseball, but the thing is, when a ball's hit to you, you don't have time to readjust your grip and get a guy running down that first baseline. How hard was it to grip the baseball?
It was pretty difficult, but I mean, it's nothing that we shouldn't be able to do, that's for sure. I mean, all my throws yesterday were a little off, and I just, I didn't have anything on my throws yesterday. As you can see, I got a little arm problem going on right now, so it's kind of hard for me to let a couple balls go loose when I would like to. And that makes, when you throw it hard, you get usually a better grip on the ball, and I couldn't do that yesterday, so the ball was kind of slipping off my fingers a little bit. But, you just got to learn how to play through it. That's all you can do.
And as I say, both teams did that. And Travis is right. I'm looking at his right shoulder as we do this South Slope Communications Triple Play Show interview. And Travis, you had to sit out 5 games on our recent 8-game road trip, and you went through a pretty rigorous treatment session with Eric Munson, our Colonel trainer. You now have a hot pack on your right shoulder. Could you describe in layman's terms what injury you're trying to overcome right now?
Right now, I just got a little bicep tendonitis going on, and all you can really do is, try to get it healed up a little bit. And what he does really is just kind of dig into my arm, and that's the worst part of it, when he digs in and he gets you in those sensitive spots. So, I mean, that's what we're doing right now, and just keeping it heated up. And right now, it just feels like it won't get loose.
So it feels tight and sore, or tight and weak?
It just feels tight and weak. It feels like every throw I make is the first throw of the day for me. So.
Well, I know Eric Munson does a great job. Part of what he did earlier this afternoon was apply ultrasound, and there's a lot of communication that goes on between the trainer and the athlete. He wants to know what you're feeling.
Yeah, I mean, what we did today was a little ultrasound and some shock therapy, and he just, basically he wants to make it as hard, as long as it's not hurting you too bad. That's what you got to go as much pain as you can handle, and that's what we had to do today. So.
And he explains why he's doing what he's doing.
Exactly, yeah, he does a good job. He's a great trainer, that's for sure.
Travis, you were drafted by the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, a high draft pick several years back, and we saw you in this league a year ago. Have you been with the Angels long enough to do any comparing between philosophies or personnel, or is it just are the Devil Rays and Angels very similar in the way they develop young guys?
I think all minor leagues are probably very similar in how they develop minor leagues, but there's definitely a different outlook and every team has a different way of how they want to teach it, and that's what we're going through right now with my hitting, that's for sure.
Yeah, you were with Ty Van Berkeleo earlier this morning before the training session, so you've already put in half days of work and you're in the starting lineup. Travis, what was Ty Van Berkeleo working with you on this morning in the cage?
Well, we're working on my lower half right now, my legs. The previous years, I didn't use them. I didn't know how to use them, and that's what we're working on right now. That's all we're working on is just legs, getting my swing right, using my legs the right way, and it's taking a lot of time, that's for sure, because it's not an easy thing to just pick up and do when you never did it before.
No, any human being can relate to that. If you ask me, Travis, to start brushing my teeth with my left hand, I'd really struggle. Learning new equipment in the radio business is not easy for any of us. When Ty is trying to get you to use your lower half, I understand it feels foreign and it's not easy. Is there a timetable? Does he say, okay, Travis, this whole year, it may take you a whole year to implement and apply these principles, or does he want you to see an immediate application?
No, he says it might take a couple years to get it down because it's all brand new to me, and you just can't pick it up that quick. And it's just going to be a long haul. A lot of work's going to be involved in it, and that's my goal: just get it down and get as high up as I can. That's for sure. I want to play in the big leagues.
Can you feel what he's trying to teach you? Are you even to that point yet? Are you mainly just trying to emulate what he's showing you and your body, your lower half isn't really feeling it yet, or are you cognizant of what it should feel like yet?
I'm getting there, that's for sure. Today was a good day. He really put things in a way for me to understand what he's talking about, because it's real hard to, he uses a lot of words and, he makes it sound like science, and it's kind of... and then he gave me a good example and showed me a good way to put in my perspective to understand it, and that's, it helped out a lot today, that's for sure.
Travis Schlichting is with us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. We're going to take a time out and hear from our fine sponsor, South Slope Communications, and we'll resume our chat with the Colonel newcomer, third baseman Travis Schlichting, when we return in 1 minute here on the Colonel Radio Network.
Service second to none, South Slope Cooperative. We're here for your communication needs, internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners, we make a good team. Service second to none, South Slope Cooperative Communications.
Turner Communications Triple Play, voice, video, and data with South Slope Cooperative in North Liberty. South Slope's lineup features everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and digital video TV service in most areas. For all your communication needs, think South Slope. Visit them at southslope.com.
Travis Schlichting has told us about his game last night, the difficult conditions. We've talked a little bit about his ritual that he went through before the ball game this afternoon. That is in the training room, trying to meet out some biceps tendonitis, and then he's told us about the new things he's trying to learn, learning his lower half with Ty Van Berkeleo, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim hitting coach. And Travis, I wanted to shift gears a little bit and talk about coming over to the Angels. You were traded for a big league catcher, Josh Paul. He's the fellow that was behind the plate in that controversial second game at Comiskey Park, U.S. Cellular Field, when the Angels appeared to have struck out a White Sox batter. Paul caught that pitch in the air, not the dirt, and he was traded for you. How did the Devil Rays and Angels go about informing you of the trade?
Well, it's a little funny, actually. I was out with my girlfriend. We were out in Colorado, and on a little ski trip, nothing too much, and I didn't have my phone with me. And everyone was trying to get a hold of me and let me know about this, and no one could get a hold of me, and they wanted to tell me in person. They didn't want my parents to tell me. Well, they finally gave up, and they told, hey, if you can get a hold of Travis, to my dad, do that. So my dad ended up calling my girlfriend's cell, and she had hers on her and we basically had to do it right there and there. We were at lunch just sitting down, and they called my girlfriend's cell phone, and it was a shock, that's for sure. I mean, I wasn't expecting that one bit.
No, it came out of the blue, and shock initially, and then hopefully some happiness to know that the Angels thought enough of you to trade an established major leaguer for you.
Oh, I'm real excited about this, that's for sure. I mean, I was happy to get a new organization and, try to start things over and hopefully get to where I think I can be, that's for sure.
Travis, how does a guy who grew up in Texas find his way onto the ski slopes of Colorado?
It was just, I guess my girlfriend, they do this trip every year, and they invited me to come with them, and I couldn't say no.
Now, did you downhill ski or snowboard?
I did a little skiing and a little snowboarding. I've been skiing a couple times with my parents, our family, and I tried snowboarding with my dad one time, and we couldn't catch on one single bit. And this year, I actually got to pick it up. I picked it up pretty quick, so it was definitely a lot of fun.
Well, that's great. Now, did you take some lessons in snowboarding, or do you kind of teach yourself by falling down a few times and getting back up?
My girlfriend and her sisters, they've been going every year, so they know how to do it real well. So they were basically our teachers.
Travis, finally, Round Rock, Texas has become a big name in minor league baseball the last few years. Could you describe the phenomenon down there with the minor leagues and how close Round Rock is to a big city?
I mean, it's right by Austin, Round Rock. It's basically part of Austin, and it's growing real fast, real fast. And I mean, the minor league park is amazing. I mean, I got to play probably 8 to 10 games at that field, and I actually bat-boyed when I was real young there for a little bit. So it was fun. It was definitely a good place.
Did you ever get to meet Nolan Ryan, the owner of the team?
I never met him personally. I mean, I've seen him there, and I've seen his brother there, and it's a phenomenal park. Awesome.
Travis, thanks so much for sharing some of your background with us. It's been a pleasure to get to know you a little bit, and we want to make sure during this 8-game homestand that you get a chance to visit one of our Zio Giano's spaghetti houses. This $5 gift certificate can go towards perfect pasta, homemade bread, pizza, Italian cuisine of any sort. Zio Giano's is proud to present you with this certificate, and I know your teammates will tell you how good Zio Giano's is. Travis, thank you so much.
Hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
That's Travis Schlichting, our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show guest. He's in the Allen Motor Company Kernels starting lineup again this afternoon at third base. The Kernels lead this series 1-0 after the 4-2 win last night. It's Viola Gibson Elementary School Day here this afternoon, along with Dollar Popcorn, and the Kernels will be signing autographs. They're just wrapping that up right now. They signed autographs on the concourses. They'll do every Sunday from 1:20 until 1:40. Starting lineups for Game 2, Kernels hosting South Bend. I'll have them for you in just a moment, right here on the Kernel Radio Network.
Service second to none, South Slope Cooperative. We're here for your communication needs, internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners, we make a good team. Service second to none, South Slope Cooperative Communications.
Turner Communications Triple Play, voice, video, and data with South Slope Cooperative in North Liberty. South Slope's lineup features everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and digital video TV service in most areas. For all your communication needs, think South Slope. Visit them at southslope.com.
Good afternoon, Eastern Iowa, and a special welcome to everyone listening to this game coast to coast on the Internet. We have our brightest sky we've had in the last 2 days. We can actually see blue sky here as the Viola Gibson kids are throwing out the ceremonial first pitches. Their classmates are very excited standing behind home plate. They'll be singing they're the VGs, and they'll be singing shortly, and they're our prelude to baseball this afternoon. It's the Kernels versus the South Bend Silverhawks, and you heard from Travis Schlichting, our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show guest, that everybody just put the miserable conditions last night out of their mind, and the Kernels won with the same formula. They've won most of their 11 games this spring. Great pitching, solid defense, and timely hitting. Let's set the starting lineups for the second game of this 4-game series on a KDAT Family Fun Day here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Mark Haley is in his second year at the helm with the Silverhawks. He guided them to the Midwest League Championship last year. Haley played for the Nebraska Cornhuskers 1980 Big 8 championship team. Mark spent 13 seasons as a coach and manager with the White Sox before joining the Arizona Diamondback organization a couple of years ago. Leading off for South Bend is their shortstop, Pedro Ciriaco. He was 0-for-4 with a walk last night. He's batting .344, fourth highest in the league. Ciriaco at short leads off. Batting second is Leyson Séptimo. Séptimo is in right field. He had 2 of the Silverhawk 6 hits last night. Leyson Séptimo in right, bats second. Hitting third for the Silverhawks, the first player taken in last year's amateur draft, 18-year-old phenom from Chesapeake, Virginia, Justin Upton. Upton in center field will bat third. Brian Byrne came on as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning last night and drew a walk. Byrne is at first base, batting cleanup for the Silverhawks. Hitting fifth, the designated hitter out of the University of Massachusetts, Frank Carreri. Frank Carreri, C-U-R-R-E-R-I, is the DH for South Bend. He's batting .341. The catcher is Richard Mercado. He'll bat sixth. Last night the catcher was Orlando Mercado. They are not related. Richard is batting sixth and catching. Steve Mano will be at third base and hit seventh for the Silverhawks. Batting eighth, the second baseman. He came on as a pinch hitter in the ninth last night, Manuel Ferrer. F-E-R-R-E-R. Manuel Ferrer is at second base. And hitting ninth, Greg Thompson, the left fielder for South Bend, Greg Thompson. The VGs have just sung their first number as the skies continue to brighten here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Let's wrap up the lineup for the Silverhawks. On the hill is Cody Evans, and Cody is a right-hander, 22 years old, 0-2 this year, but his record is not indicative of what a fine job he's done for South Bend. Cody Evans, a 6'5", 190-pound right-hander out of Long Beach State, and he was taken in the 10th round by the Diamondbacks last year. He was beaten in his last start Tuesday in South Bend against Clinton. He went 6 innings against the Lumber Kings, gave them just 2 runs on only 4 hits, struck out 5, walked 1. Cody Evans, a 2.35 ERA, making his 5th start of the year for the South Bend Silverhawks. Allen Motor Company now proud to present the Kernels starting lineup as they do all season long. Allen's is open late until 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. Visit their spectacular 13-acre campus, I-380 and Boyson Road, exit 25 in Hiawatha. Allen Motor Company also has a virtual showroom for you to visit at home by logging on to their website at www.allenmotor.com. The Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup this afternoon. Brad Kuhn in his customary leadoff spot in center leads off. Brad had an 8-game hitting streak snapped in last night's series opener. Playing second base for the second time in a row, batting second, is Dallas Morris. Pat Riley will hit third in the Allen Motor Company order. He's in left field. The designated hitter is Jordan Renz. Renz will bat cleanup. Catching in the Allen Motor Company starting lineup today is Brett Martinez, and Brett will bat fifth. Hitting sixth, Mark Trumbo, the first baseman. Mark belted his second home run of the season last night, and it came with 2 out and 2 on in the bottom of the first inning. Down the left field line, Mark Trumbo at first, bats sixth. Hitting seventh, he had 2 of the Kernel 5 hits in last night's Kernel win in right field, Flint Whipkey. Our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show guest, Travis Schlichting, will be at third base, and Schlichting bats eighth. Hitting ninth for the Kernels and playing shortstop is Larry Infante. Rounding out the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup is pitcher Stephen Merrick, 22-year-old, who was a draft and follow by the Angels. He pitched at San Jacinto Junior College in Texas. Stephen Merrick was a 4-0 loser his last start. That was Tuesday in Lansing, and in that start, Merrick pitched well. He went 5 2/3. Gave up 2 runs in 5 2/3 on only 4 hits, struck out 6, walked 3. Stephen Merrick is on the hill for the Kernels this evening, or this afternoon rather, 1-1 with a 2.31 earned run average. The umpires have just received the lineups that I gave to you, and our umpires are brought to you by Anderson & Brown Eye Care. Dr. Tom Anderson and Dr. Todd Brown invite you to visit their spectacular new eye care center, Anderson & Brown Eye Care, on Boyson Road in Hiawatha. They have evening and Saturday hours for your convenience. Anderson & Brown Eye Care is a one-stop shop for having your eyes examined and getting your glasses and contact lenses right after that full eye exam. Anderson & Brown Eye Care is also wheelchair accessible, both the building and the exam rooms. Things are coming into focus at Anderson & Brown Eye Care, proud to sponsor the umpires. Mr. Shucks is doing a number in front of the Colonel first base dugout, parallel to the first baseline. 62 degrees will be our game time temperature. The Colonel win last night elevated the Colonel record in the first half to 11 wins and 12 losses. Here at home, the Colonels have won 5 of 8 games in the month of April, and the Colonel record of 11 and 12 has them tied for second in the Western Division first half pennant scramble. Beloit, King County, and Peoria all stand at 12 and 10. The Colonels and Wisconsin are 11 and 12, a game and a half back. Then the swing of the Quad Cities at 10 and 12, followed by Burlington and Clinton. The South Bend Silverhawks are in the basement of the Eastern Division first half standings. South Bend's record is 9 and 14. They're 6th out of 6 teams in the Eastern Division standings, 8 1/2 games back of the Lansing Lugnuts. The Colonels are being introduced individually as they take the diamond. South Bend has a new look this afternoon. They're wearing black knit tops with bumblebee gold letters, bumblebee gold stripes on their sleeves, and bumblebee gold numbers. The front of their black jerseys say Hawks, just Hawks in gold, and then they wear gray road trousers with black hats. We'll have a word from Wendy's very soon to introduce our national anthem singer. He's a soloist from Viola Gibson Elementary School. Jonathan Beck will be singing the Star-Spangled Banner this afternoon. Jonathan is in a green gator sweatsuit, and he's standing right behind the umpires and Colonel catcher Brett Martinez. We'll pick up the announcement from Wendy's and then the introduction of our national anthem singer from Viola Gibson School, Jonathan Beck, in just, well, they'll go to the PA system right now to do that.
I am proud to be an American and proud of our flag and all for which it stands. Please stand as Wendy's presents your national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join in the singing of our national anthem. It is being performed today by Jonathan Beck, a member of the Bee Gees.
Oh, say, can you see all the early light? What so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the purple and fire, o'er the ramparts we watched, were the gallant fleet streaming, and the rockets went by, those were singing there, chasing through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and our hope of the brave?
Listen to the roar from this crowd for Jonathan Beck. He must be a second or third grader with the VGs at Viola Gibson School. His mom gives him a big hug behind home plate. Jonathan Beck of the VGs, Viola Gibson School, doing a wonderful job singing the Star-Spangled Banner with so much talent and poise. The Cost Cutters Dream Team members are dashing off the diamond, and they're from Viola Gibson as well. The Kernels set to take on South Bend with the skies still playing tricks on us. It was blue a moment ago, and now the wind, which is blowing from right to left like it did last night, is bringing some clouds above the stadium, but nothing to damper the spirits of this great crew from Viola Gibson School. There's the Hansher Auditorium play ball kid. Zach Johnson's his name. He's from Viola Gibson. I'm surprised the umpires haven't called for the lights to be turned on yet as the skies darken a bit. The Kernels go with Travis Schlichting at third today, Larry Infante at short, Dallas Morris at second, and Mark Trumbo at first. An outfield of Riley in left, Kuhn in center, and Whipke in right. Flint Whipke in right field, and a battery of Stephen Merrick and Brett Martinez. We'll be with you tomorrow evening here on the Kernel Radio Network on KMRY, and the South Slope Communications Triple Play show time 6:10 tomorrow evening for a 6:30 start. We're just past the top of the hour, and this is the Kernel Radio Network, KCRG 1600 AM. We're in the zone this afternoon, and we're tickled that you've decided to spend part of your Sunday afternoon with us here on AM 1600 KCRG Cedar Rapids. Well, the skies continue to darken, and the umpires have not called for the lights to be turned on yet. Pedro Ciriaco is first up for the visiting Silverhawks. Ciriaco hitting .344. Pedro's from the Dominican Republic, 20 years old, a right-handed batter. And Stephen Merrick pumps a strike in. And this game is underway. It was a fastball on the inside corner, 61 degrees, our game time temperature. Ciriaco slaps the 0-1 pitch straight back to the net, and it's strike two to Pedro Ciriaco. A pretty substantial breeze blowing the flag above the 403 sign from right to left. Swing and a miss on a changeup. A three-pitch strikeout of the 344 hitter Pedro Ciriaco, and Stephen Merrick makes quick work of the South Bend leadoff batter. The clouds are very low and they're drifting across the sky. The lights have just been turned on here. About 8 minutes ago we had sunshine and quite a bit of blue sky, but that's been blown away. A big swing by Leyson Séptimo, and Séptimo 2 for 4 last night. A leadoff single in the ninth made things very interesting against Colonel closer Ryan Aldridge. Now Merrick delivers a fastball up and in, and it ties Séptimo up in knots, and he swings and misses, strike two. Leyson, Leyson, hitting .221. Left-handed batter, and there's ball one upstairs. Séptimo pounds his spikes with the end of his his brown lacquer bat. Open stance, left-handed hitter with very little bend in his knees. He's not a big guy, slightly built. And he fouls the 1-2 pitch over the backstop into the suites to our left. It's 1-2 to Leyson Séptimo. Those kids from Viola Gibson School scramble for that foul ball. They want a lifetime honorary Colonel contract and a free spaghetti dinner from Zio Giano's. And they are going to receive one from one of our ushers. A ground ball wrapped past the mound into shallow center. Brad Kuhn will pick it up with his glove hand. It's a one-out single for Leyson Séptimo. Séptimo had 2 hits last night, and he went down to get a pitch low and away and shot it on the ground sharply up the middle for a one-out single. That brings up Justin Upton. Had an 0-4 last night, nothing for 4. He checks his manager, Mark Haley, coaching at third. Haley standing very close to the third base line as Stephen fires high and in for ball one. The runner at first, Séptimo, has 1 steal and 2 tries. He's being held by Mark Trumbo. The lights are starting to take their effect here this afternoon. We're just underway. Upton, a right-handed hitter, takes a strike at the knees. It's 1-1 to Justin. This fellow's hitting .281. No homers, 3 RBIs. He's only 18 years old. He was the first player taken in last year's draft out of high school. Big swing and a miss by Justin Upton, strike 2. Highly decorated high school player, named the Gatorade High School Player of the Year last season. 5-tool talent. And the Diamondbacks have him playing in this Midwest League with the South Bend Silverhawks. A high drive to left sends Pat Riley below, and out she goes. Justin Upton shows why the Diamondbacks chose him first in last year's draft as he belts his first home run of the year. He'll be greeted at the plate by Leyson Séptimo, and just like that, South Bend takes the lead in this one, 2-0. Justin Upton belted it just to the right of the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Whirling Waters home run hot tub. And Stephen Merrick will have to go back to work here against Brian Byrne, a left-handed batter. Most of Stephen's pitches have been up here in the first inning. Fastball is low and outside, ball 1. 2-0 in favor of South Bend here in the top half of the first inning. A 2-run homer by Justin Upton. Now ball 2 is downstairs. Stephen Merrick working quickly. Brings his hands to his letters, now his chest, and a ground ball up the middle. Backhanded by Dallas Morris. He throws in time to get Brian Byrne. Dallas Morris made a similar terrific play last night at second base. Going far to his right, he backhanded that hard-hit grounder up the middle and then threw on to get Brian Byrne. Dallas Morris took a base hit away from the left-handed batter, skidding on his left knee, and then popping to his feet and throwing out Brian Byrne. 2 gone here in the South Bend first inning. They lead it 2-0. Now Frank Carreri out of the University of Massachusetts takes a strike called. Terrific play by Dallas Morris at second base. Swing and a miss by Carreri. He didn't play in last night's series opener. Frank's a .341 hitter, no home runs, 8 RBIs. Left-handed batter. 41st round pick by Arizona last year, or 2 years ago, as he takes ball 1 low. Tore his labrum in his left shoulder and sat out all last season. Merrick's pitch is grounded into the hole right side, and a diving effort by Dallas Morris, but it's beyond his reach into right field for Flint Whipke retrieves it. A seeing-eye base hit on a 2-strike count by Frank Carreri. And that's 3 hits for the visitors here in the opening frame off Stephen Merrick. Stephen peers in, working from the stretch to get his sign. He's facing the catcher, Richard Mercado. Right-handed batter. He whistles one hard in the hole into left field for the 4th hit of the inning. Stopping at second, Frank Carreri. And the Silverhawks have their offense in high gear here in the opening frame. 4 hits. Runners at first and second, 2 out, and we have our first Mercy Medical Center heart-to-heart conversation between the Colonel pitching coach and Stephen Merrick here in the opening frame. You owe it to yourself and the people who love you to find out what your risk of heart disease is with a $35 heart-to-heart screening from Mercy Medical Center. It's quick, easy, and convenient, and it could save your life. To schedule your heart-to-heart screening from Mercy, call 398-6821. Kernan Ronan has completed his heart-to-heart conversation with the Colonel right-hander. It's first and second, 2 out, 2-0 South Bend, and here's Steve Mena, M-E-N-A. Steve Mena, a right-handed hitter, 211 batter, no homers, 3 RBIs. Stephen fires a strike in on the inside corner. Mena, 0-for-3 with a walk last night. He's from South Florida Community College, and he was signed by Arizona as a non-drafted free agent. The 0-1 is low and inside to the tall right-handed batter, 6'4", 210-pound, 21-year-old Steve Mena. 2-0 Silverhawks, and we're just underway here in the top of the first inning. Stephen Merrick's been forced to make a lot of pitches. A bouncer to second. Dallas Morris gobbles it up, underhands to Larry Infante for a force of Richard Mercado. Mercado forced second to short, 4-6. South Bend strikes early with a 2-run homer from Arizona's first-round draft pick last year. Justin Upton, 2 runs for the Silverhawks on 4 base hits. There were no Colonel errors, and South Bend leaves 2 men aboard. And after 1/2 inning, on Viola Gibson Day here at the ballpark, it's the Silverhawks 2 and the Colonels coming to bat. This is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one. Do you, Susan, take Giuseppe Fiorentini? You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared in Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Come to Zio Giano's, our pasta makes you Zio. Come to Zio Giano's for real Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? Hey, my hair is my trademark. I gotta be able to count on a good cut and stuff to keep my hair looking thick, even if it's not.
I get a good cut, no long wait, a smile, and a little something left over in my wallet.
I get little trims that keep my hair long and healthy, and stuff to make it loose and curly one day, straight and sassy the next.
With expert stylists trained in the latest trends and techniques and your favorite professional styling and hair care products, you'll always get what you're looking for at Cost Cutters. At Cost Cutters, you can always count on convenient, affordable, professional care and products that help you create just the style you want. At Cost Cutters, you'll always get a little more.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? A slick, clean cut, great highlights, and a little wink from the hottest stylist I've ever seen.
More of what you're looking for. Just yourself.
On Viola Gibson Day here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, the Colonels bat against a tall right-hander, Cody Evans out of Long Beach State. Cody's wearing a long-sleeved black shirt underneath his Silverhawk black knit top. They have bumblebee gold letters and stripes, black hats. The Colonels are in their white home uniforms with red numbers, red lettering, red socks, and the Colonels are wearing their navy blue caps this afternoon with red bills. Brad Kuhn will greet this right-hander, Cody Evans. Kuhn had an 8-game hitting streak snapped in last night's series opener. Brad was 0 for 4. He's batting .258. No homers, 8 RBIs, and a team-high 6 stolen bases for Brad Kuhn. The breeze is still blowing from right to left here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, where South Bend struck for 2 runs in the top of the first inning on 4 hits. In on the grass at third is Steve Mena for the Silverhawks. First pitch is a strike at the knees to Brad Kuhn from Cody Evans. Outfield plays Kuhn the other way. Brad's a left-handed batter with good speed. He does not wear batting gloves. The 0-1. Just missed outside for ball 1. Mena playing shallow at third, up the middle for the visitors. Ciriaco at short. Fair, F-E-R-R-E-R at second, and Brian Byrne at first. Breaking pitch over at the belt, and it's 1-2 to Brad Kuhn. 400 feet to dead center here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, with a 20-foot-high dark green net above that center field wall. It provides an ideal hitter's backdrop. There's a changeup in the dirt, and it evens the count to Kuhn, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Colonels are 5-3 here at home on this final day of April. Fastball, and it's sliced foul down the left field line. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brad Kuhn. Big gap in right center for Brad, and lots of hitting room down the right field line. Séptimo's playing way off the line, and ball 3 rides high to Brad Kuhn. Halo happenings, results from around the Angels system. Former Colonel Bobby Jenks put the whammy on his former organization. Our parent club, the Angels, has Bobby earned his 7th save of the season. He came on and got the final out last night at Angel Stadium in Anaheim. As Kuhn fouls one hard down the left field line into the stands, it's still a full count to Brad Kuhn. The White Sox edged our parent club, the Angels, last night in Anaheim 2-1, with former Colonel Bobby Jenks earning his 7th save. Kuhn rattles the next pitch foul into the backstop. It's been a very solid A-B at bat for Brad Kuhn. 2-0 in favor of South Bend here in the lower half of the first inning. AAA Salt Lake's game was suspended in the second inning with no score last night. Kuhn wraps another pitch foul off to the left. AA Arkansas lost to San Antonio 9-7. Former Colonel right-hander Rafael Rodriguez surrendered 3 home runs and 8 runs in his AA debut. Rafael Rodriguez lasted 1 inning last night. He'll have better days at AA. Ball 4 up and in. Brad Kuhn fouled off 3-2 pitches and earns a base on balls here in the bottom of the first inning. What an at-bat for Brad Kuhn. Well, the skies are still trying to brighten, and to describe it to you, it's almost an eerie-like feeling. The clouds are so low here, you feel like you could reach up and touch them. There's not a break in the clouds. They're big gray and white billowing clouds, and they're being pushed right across the diamond above the field. And behind those clouds, it looks like blue skies. Here's a line shot into center by Dallas Morris. It's kicked by the center fielder, Upton. Brad Kuhn will go to third. They're going to try to score him. Upton's throw home is not in time. Brad Kuhn scores all the way from first on a smash through the middle, and then an error by Justin Upton. It allows the Kernels to rally here in the first on a single by Dallas Morris, and then a 2-base error charged to Justin Upton, the center fielder who hit a 2-run homer in the top of this first inning. Upton was shocked when he saw Brad Kuhn racing towards the plate. His one-hop throw home hit the mound and never made it to the plate. Kuhn scored standing up. Dallas Morris, meanwhile, who had a 2-run single in the 5th inning last night to make it 4-1 Kernels, went to second on the error by the center fielder. And it's a 2-1 game. Pat Riley could tie it with a base hit. He tries to advance the tying run to third as he squibs one foul off to the right side. 2-1 now in favor of South Bend, as Brad Kuhn scored all the way from first on a 2-base error by the center fielder Justin Upton, his first error of the year. Riley's a left-handed batter. He'll try to pull the ball on the ground to get Dallas Morris from second to third. He goes the other way and shoots it foul off to the left. Strike 2 to Pat Riley. The skies are brightening here. And I've never studied clouds or meteorology, but these clouds are big, big clouds, and they're very low to the horizon. Pat Riley leads the Kernels with 14 runs driven in. Let's see if he can get Dallas Morris the tying run from second to third. He stays alive and pushes an 0-2 pitch in the air foul behind the plate. We're just underway here on this Sunday afternoon at Veterans Memorial Stadium. South Bend struck for a pair on a 2-run homer by Arizona's first-round draft pick last year, Justin Upton, in the top of this first inning. The Kernels have come back with a run of their own in the bottom of the inning and have the tying run at second, Dallas Morris. Cody Evans delivers a deep drive down the right field line, hooking foul. That one's headed down the slope beyond the right field wall, and it'll land on Rockford Road and then trickle into the parking lot of the stadium lounge. That's how well Pat Riley hit it, but foul. He's still in the hole, 0-2. 2-1 South Bend. This crowd is still buzzing about the tremendous job that VG Jonathan Beck did singing the national anthem. Some folks had tears in their eyes. It was that inspiring by the little fella. Curve curve, laced up the middle, and that's a base hit underneath Ciriaco's glove. Morris is turning home. Upton's throw to the plate. Not in time. We're tied 2-2 here in the bottom of the first inning on a base hit through the box into center field by Pat Riley. Riley leads the team now with 15 runs driven in, and the South Bend 2-0 lead has been erased by the Kernels here in the bottom of the first inning. Pat Riley served it up the middle on the ground, past the diving shortstop in shallow center, Pedro Ciriaco. Then Upton came up with it on the run in shallow center. Justin looked shocked again when Bobby Magallanes waved home Dallas Morris, and Justin's throw was late into the first base side of home plate. Now a breaking pitch is a strike to Jordan Renz. Jordan is the Colonel cleanup batter this afternoon in the Allen Motor Company lineup, hitting .258, 1 home run, 10 RBIs. Go-ahead run at first, Pat Riley, as Cody Evans steps off. Cody's pitched 23 innings in 4 previous starts, yielded 23 hits in those 23 innings, struck out 17, walked only 2. But it was Brad Kuhn who built the walk off of him that had started this Colonel 2-run rally. Now Jordan Renz goes the other way and fouls one into the rafters of the first base stands. 2-2 to Jordan, or 0-2 to Jordan, 2-2 the score here in the bottom of the first. Cody Evans, a tall, lanky right-hander out of Long Beach State, has come set at the letters. The 0-2 to Renz, a throw to first, and that chases Pat Riley back. Pat has 5 steals and 6 tries. Continuing with Halo happenings, Fernando Rodriguez Jr. surrendered a pair of home runs, and he lasted just 1 inning as Lancaster shelled the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes last night 7-0. A tap on a check swing, a slow roll to second, and scooting in to field it is Manuel Ferrer, and he throws out Renz. Pat Riley, the go-ahead run, advances to second on the check swing slow roller to second off the bat of Jordan Renz. So Renz gets the go-ahead run to second on an excuse-me swing, and it'll take a base hit by Brett Martinez or the on-deck hitter Mark Trumbo for the Kernels to take the lead here in the bottom of the first inning in a 2-2 game. Brett Martinez didn't play in last night's series opener. Right-handed hitting catcher, batting .286, no homers, 7 RBIs for Brett Martinez. Big lollipop curve from the right-hander Evans, and it stays inside for ball 1. 61 degrees, our game-time temperature. And now the second baseman, Manuel Ferrer, comes in and picks up the rosin bag and has a word with his tall right-hander. Cody Evans pitched in 20 games in his rookie year of pro ball last year with Missoula, Montana. He was 0-2, started 3 of those 20 games and posted an ERA of 9.23. He's been much better in his sophomore year of pro ball. A fastball is upstairs, and it's 2-0 to Brett Martinez, who steps out. Brett's a right-handed batter, and he told us recently on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show what a thrill it was to be invited to Big League Camp along with Colonel catcher from a year ago, Michael Collins. Brett played most of his season last year with Orem and helped the Owls to the Pioneer League Championship. Fastball high, 3-0 to Brett Martinez. So both hurlers, right-handers Stephen Merrick of the Kernels and Cody Evans of South Bend, have had shaky starts here this afternoon. Mr. Shucks is on top of the Colonel first base dugout, leading the cheers. Ball 4 sinks low, and it's first and second with still only 1 out here in the Colonel first inning. Mark Trumbo belted his second home run of the year in the first inning last night, and that resulted in PRC, the former Access Direct here in Cedar Rapids. PRC donated another $25 to the Haycap Food Reservoir in their Home Runs for the Hungry campaign. PRC is proud to support the communities where their employees live and work, and they're extra happy to make the $25 donation for every Kernel home run this season. Trumbo's home run was the 6th by the Kernels this year, and it upped the total donated by PRC to the Haycap Food Reservoir to $150. Ball 1 is taken inside to the Kernel slugging first baseman, Mark Trumbo. Now, wait a minute. Here comes the South Bend pitching coach, Wellington Cepeda, out of the third base Silverhawk dugout, walking very deliberately, and he's out there along with catcher Richard Mercado, and it looks like Wellington Cepeda is imparting some very specific advice to his right-hander, gives him a tap on his left shoulder, and now Wellington Cepeda marches back very slowly into the South Bend third base dugout. He's draped in a Silverhawk black quilted jacket this afternoon. This crowd, comprised largely of Viola Gibson staff, parents, and elementary school students, is making a lot of noise. So's Dallas Morris dancing off second base. He causes Cody Evans to step off the rubber. The 1-0 to Trumbo. Over but low, ball 2. What a long first inning. South Bend scored 2 on 4 hits in the top of the first inning. The Kernels have tied it on 2 hits and a walk, and are threatening to take the lead. The 2-0 to the Kernel right-handed batter is a strike at the knees from Cody Evans. The trees have really started to show their spring colors the last few days since we've been out of town with all the rain yesterday. A hot shot into center. Upton back. It's over his head. Off the base of the 400-foot sign. Dallas Morris is streaking home. Here comes Martinez. The relay from the shortstop not made. A booming 2-run double by Mark Trumbo puts the Kernels ahead here in the bottom of the first inning, 4-2. Mark Trumbo drove in a pair with a 2-run homer last night. He has socked a 2-run double over the head of Justin Upton, who's been given a full workout here in the first inning after hitting a 2-run homer in the top of the frame. Now Flint Whipke, who had 2 hits last night, is at the plate. Nothing doing in the Silverhawk left field bullpen. South Bend desperately wants to get their right-hander, Cody Evans, through this first inning. He's been tagged for 4 runs on 3 hits and a walk. Ball 1 to Whipke. Now Flint trying to go the other way. Swings and misses, strike 1. Flint Whipke hitting .250, 1 home run, 7 RBIs. He's batting at... He's the 7th Kernel to come to the plate here in the 4-run first inning. Whipke out of Georgia Southern in Statesboro. Takes a breaking ball high, and it's 2-1. 4-2 Kernels here in the bottom of the first inning. Flint with a straightaway stance. Points his elbow straight back towards the backstop and swings and misses on a pitch that gets away from the catcher, Richard Mercado, but he is able to track it down to the left of home plate behind the dish, and Mark Trumbo thought very seriously about trying to go from second to third, but Mark held on, and the count goes even, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Flint Whipke. These kids from Viola Gibson never thought they'd see such action. They were ready to come into this ballpark, several dozen of them, at 12:30 this afternoon. That's how eager they were to show off their school pride, and they've done so in grand style already. Breaking pitch and a swing and a miss by Flint for the second out of the inning. Flint chased a good curveball that broke down and away and couldn't get it. 2 gone here in the Kernel first, And a 2-out RBI chance for our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show guest, Travis Schlichting. Travis told us that he learned about being traded from the Angels, or being traded to the Angels from Tampa Bay when he was on the ski slopes in Colorado with his girlfriend's family this past winter. I said, how in the world does a fella from Texas learn how to ski in Colorado? And he said, well, John, my girlfriend's family, it makes an annual trip to the slopes, and they invited me. And he learned to snowboard. Ball one outside, now a big swing and a miss by Travis. Strike one. Travis was 0-for-3 last night. Schlichting hitting .233. 1 home run, 4 RBIs. He and Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim roving hitting instructor Ty Van Berkelio put in quite a bit of time around 11 o'clock this morning in the hitting cage. A curve, and that one drifts outside to Schlichting. Boy, the Kernels have really made Cody Evans, the right-hander out of Long Beach State, labor here in the first inning. He has thrown a lot of pitches. Travis takes low and away, ball 3. Mark Trumbo at second. He socked a 2-run double over the head of the center fielder, Justin Upton. South Bend led this game 2-0 going into this home half of the first, but the Kernels have rallied for 4. Schlichting sitting on a good hitter's count, 3-1. And he grounds it sharply to short. Pedro Ciriaco has it and throws in time to get Travis and end the inning. The Kernels score 4 runs in the bottom of the first on 3 hits, 2 walks, 1 South Bend error, and leave 1 aboard. And on this first Sunday family fun day of the year, the Kernels and Silverhawks have both had their hitting shoes on. After 1, the Kernels on top of South Bend 4-2. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Cedar Rapids' oldest wholesale greenhouse is also Cedar Rapids' full-service landscaping and lawn care center. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has been serving Eastern Iowans for 50 years at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road, behind Guppy's on the Go. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has a full line of trees and shrubs like magnolias, maples, and lilacs. And for a limited time, buy any potted tree and Cedar Rapids Greenhouses will deliver and plant it free. If you're searching for the right beautification project, let the trained landscape designers at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses help you create a unique plan for your home. From retaining walls to ponds, waterfalls, and fountains, they'll work within your budget and taste, and they do free estimates. Lawn care featuring mowing, fertilization, seeding, sodding, aeration, dethatching, maintenance, and cleanup are all done with care and precision. For the highest quality and low prices, see the difference at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses, Eastern Iowa's full-service landscapers at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road.
Hi, I'm Phil Andrews, your local Pekin insurance agent at Andrews Insurance in Cedar Rapids. I'd like to introduce you to an easy-to-understand, affordable life insurance plan with great benefits. It's simplified issue whole life from Pekin Insurance. The plan requires no medical exam, has guaranteed rates for life, and a guaranteed cash value. Life insurance made simple and affordable from Pekin Insurance. To learn more, contact me, Phil Andrews, at Andrews Insurance.
Second inning, 4-2 Kernels. The Kernels erased a 2-0 lead that the Silverhawks garnered in the first on a 2-run homer, his first as a professional by Justin Upton over the left field wall. The Kernels got RBI singles from an RBI single from Patrick Riley, a 2-run double by Mark Trumbo, a base hit by Dallas Morris that was aided by an error by the center fielder. And Stephen Merrick misses inside to Manuel Ferrer. Now a 1-0 is corked foul straight back of the plate, strike one. Ferrer came on as a pinch runner in the 9th inning last night in the Kernel 4-2 win. Ryan Aldridge surrendered a single and then walked 2 batters, but struck out the side to preserve the win. Merrick misses high, and it's ball 2 to Manuel Ferrer. He's batting .258, no homers, 5 RBIs, and he's a right-handed hitter. If you're a Hawkeye baseball fan, you would be thinking that the Hawkeyes were playing here this afternoon. That's what the South Bend uniform tops look like, black and gold. A swing and a miss, and it's strike 2 on the right-handed hitter, Ferrer. We'll have our first look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard for you in the next inning. There may even be a few finals by the time we give you the scores later on in the Kernels second. Due to the East Coast games. Ball 3 outside, and now a strike 3 called on the inside corner at the knees. Manuel Ferrer was on his way to first, but Stephen Merrick delivered strike 3 called on the inside corner and avoids the leadoff walk. Greg Thompson, left-handed hitting left fielder, is now up for the Silverhawks. Greg's average on the year is .299. No home runs, 11 RBIs for Greg Thompson. A 2-out run-scoring single in the second put his ball club, the Silverhawks, on the board last night. He chops one to second. Down to get it is Dallas Morris, and he retires Greg Thompson. It goes second base to first, 4-3. Thompson's RBI single in the second last night cut a Kernel 2-0 lead to 2-1. Greg was 1 for 5. 2 away here in the top of the second, and Pedro Ciriaco at the plate. Ciriaco struck out to start this afternoon's action. He fakes a bunt and tipped it foul into the glove of Martinez, strike 1. Oh, it's great to see all these kids here this afternoon from Viola Gibson. They're having a wonderful time here at the ballpark. A pitch in the dirt, and it's ball 1 to Pedro. Pedro is very thinly built. They list him at 6 feet tall, 150 pounds, and he bloops a foul pop towards the Kernel first base dugout. It lands on top of the first base dugout, and hopefully a youngster from Viola Gibson will come away with it. In fact, I think one kid already has a couple of foul balls this afternoon. We used to play a game out on our basketball courts, driveways in our neighborhood, and if a kid got 2 basketballs, we called him the Kingfisher. Here's a line drive to the right of Mark Trumbo, and Trumbo leans to his right and stabs it for the final out of the second inning. Pedro Ciriaco slapped a liner to the right side, and Mark Trumbo used every bit of his 6'4" physique to lean to his right and glove it and end the inning. Down in order go the Silverhawks in the top of the second. As we go to the bottom of the second on Viola Gibson's Sunday Family Fun Day here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, it's the Kernels leading the Silverhawks 4-2. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
It's unheard of, an industry first. A car and truck from the same manufacturer to win the coveted Motor Trend Car of the Year and Motor Trend Truck of the Year in the same year. And the award goes to Honda. Yes, the 2006 Honda Civic wins the Motor Trend Car of the Year, and the 2006 Honda Ridgeline wins for Motor Trend Truck of the Year. And you can find them both at Randy Kiel Honda on Center Point Road Northeast. Randy Kiel Honda is the home of confidence. Check out their huge selection of new inventory, including the Honda Civic Hybrid with fuel savings of up to 50 miles per gallon on the highway. You owe it to yourself to see why Motor Trend voted the Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline the Motor Trend Car and Motor Trend Truck of the Year for 2006. Visit Randy Kiel Honda in person on Center Point Road Northeast or online at randykiel.com. Randy Kiel Honda, where they treat you right.
Hy-Vee, the most respected and recognized brand name in our entire great state. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees value the vital role professional baseball plays in our community's fabric. Our treasured tradition of affordable, wholesome entertainment that brings families, friends, work colleagues, and customers together for lifelong memories. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees are proud to support the best thing going in eastern Iowa, the wonder of Kernels baseball.
And the wonder of a beautiful Sunday afternoon. That's what it's turned into here now. Blue skies are about to drift over the diamond from the east. The wind is still blowing briskly from the right field foul pole to the left field foul pole as the Kernels bat in the bottom of the second inning against South Bend's right-hander Cody Evans. The Kernels sent 8 men to the plate and struck for 4 runs to erase an early Silverhawk 2-0 lead. It'll be the number 9 hitter Larry Infante to bat first for South Bend. We do have a final already on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. It's brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Dale Thompson, Gary Shubat, Brad Dunn, and Al Shetler. The Tigers continue to surprise the baseball world Larry Infante loops a first pitch down the left field line, and on the run it lands is the left fielder, Greg Thompson. It lands foul by 2 feet down the left field line as Greg Thompson made a long run to his right. The left fielder running to his right crossed the foul line, and the ball fell foul at his feet by 2 feet. Strike one to Larry Infante. The Tigers shut out the Twins today, 6-0 at Comerica Park. Man, are the Tigers playing good baseball. Everybody says, well, wait till June. Ground ball up the middle. It might sneak through. No, Ciriaco makes a terrific play and throws in time to get Larry Infante. What a great play to his left on a weakly hit ground ball beneath the glove of the pitcher, Cody Evans, by Pedro Ciriaco. He had to go far to his left. He actually scooped that ground ball up just to the second base side of the bag, and then on the run, threw in the dirt, but it was dug out by Brian Byrne. And here's a bunt by Brad Kuhn, and it rolls foul, gloved a third of the way up the third base line by Steve Mena. Strike one to Brad. Larry Infante has a base hit bid taken away from him on a fine play at shortstop by Ciriaco. Brad Kuhn ignited the Colonel 4-run first with a leadoff walk. Outfield plays Kuhn straight away. And shallow. As those blue skies start now to hover over the diamond, ball one is upstairs from Evans. Tonight here in the zone, you'll hear the ESPN Sunday night baseball game, the Diamondbacks versus the Giants at SBC Park in San Francisco. Fastball rides upstairs to Kuhn, ball two to the left-handed hitting Colonel leadoff man, who hit an even .300 last year for Orem in 61 games. Brad takes a strike on the outside edge. It's 2-2. Kuhn was taken in the 15th round by the Angels out of Trevecca Nazarene University in Nashville, Tennessee. 2-2 pitch. Slapped foul high in the air over the third base grandstand roof. 6:10 is South Slope Communication triple play showtime tomorrow evening. 6:30 is our first pitch. It's Nurses Recognition Night here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, and hot dogs are only $1. A broken bat pop-up to short, and gliding over quickly to his right and reaching out to nab it was Pedro Ciriaco. Brad Kuhn lifted one to the left of the third baseman, Steve Mena, and Pedro Ciriaco had to come on like gangbusters to catch it and prevent a broken bat single from Kuhn. 2 away now here in the Colonel's second inning. Dallas Morris singled, and on his base hit, Justin Upton lifted his body up too quickly, and the ball skipped by Upton, and it resulted in Kuhn scoring all the way from first. Strike one to Dallas on the outside corner. 2 away. Bases empty here in the bottom of the second inning. 4-2 Colonels. Dallas was 2 for 4 last night. He wallops one into shallow right, and it falls in front of Leyson Séptimo, and it's another hit for Dallas Morris. Well, we've been waiting for Dallas to come out of his spring hitting doldrums, and he's now 4 for 6 in this series. He punched that pitch into shallow right in front of Leyson Séptimo for his second hit. Dallas Morris is 2 for 2, and the batter is Pat Riley. A bunch of kids from Viola Gibson are gathering down below behind home plate. They're going to participate in one of our in-between inning contests, I believe the Cluckers Chicken Dance. Riley, left-handed batter with an open stance, added to his team-high RBI total. Here's a high fly ball into deep center, and it gets over the head of Upton. Justin misjudged it. Dallas Morris is streaming around third, and he'll score on a Pat Riley triple over the head of Justin Upton. 5-2 Colonels. Justin Upton has had an awful time reading the baseball off the bat today in center field. Pat Riley has his 4th triple of the year, and he drives home Dallas Morris to make it 5-2 Kernels here in the 2nd inning. That ball was played poorly by Justin Upton, and it sailed over his head, went all the way to the base of the 400-foot mark for a 2-out RBI triple. Patrick Riley now has 2 RBIs today, leads the Kernels with 16. Jordan Renz fouls a pitch off at his foot, strike 1. His front foot, that is. Jordan was retired on a check swing roller to second in the 1st inning. Riley at 3rd with his team-high 4th triple of the year. You can't charge an error to a guy for misjudging a ball off the bat, but Justin Upton froze in his tracks and then said, uh-oh, that one's going to shoot over my head. And by the time it did, Morris scored all the way from first. A ground ball fair past third down the left field line. Jordan Renz is speedy to second. He's there with an RBI stand-up double, and it's 6-2 Kernels. Jordan Renz wrapped one hard on the ground to the right of the third baseman, Steve Mena, fair by inches, and it scores Pat Riley from third, and the Kernels now lead it here in the 2nd inning, 6-2. That double by Renz, his 7th of the year, and all of this started with a 2-out single into right field by Dallas Morris. Patrick Riley followed with an RBI triple over Upton's head in center, and now Jordan Renz has grounded a double past third. It lodged under the tarp down the left field line. Now here's a base hit into right center. Off the bat of Brett Martinez. Racing home to make it 7-2 is Jordan Renz on a base hit into right by Brett Martinez. And the Kernels have exploded here in the 2nd inning with 4 hits, all coming with 2 out, and they've added another run to their total. It's 7-2 Kernels. 7-2 Kernels here in the 2nd inning. And now the Silverhawks have no choice but to get a right-hander up and throwing in their left field bullpen. 7-2 Kernels, the batter Mark Trumbo. Curve, and it's mashed to third, gloved by Mena near the base. His long throw is on the money to retire the Kernels and Mark Trumbo here in the 2nd inning. But the Kernels strike for 3 runs, all coming on 2-out hits, 4 of them. 4 hits. There were no South Bend errors. The Kernels leave a runner stranded and have left 2 so far today. And after 2 innings, the Kernels lead South Bend 7-2. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball here on the Kernel Radio Network.
Smelly cat, smelly cat.
What are they saying to you?
What are you playing, Nigel?
Well, I was just trading places with Phoebe from Friends. She's so funny. She's wicked.
Cool. You know, Sierra Mist and TBS had their Trade Places with the Funniest Faces sweepstakes, where you can really trade places with your favorite characters and win the ultimate sitcom getaway. Yeah, just go to TBS.com to enter. You can win the Friends Ross and Rachel honeymoon trip to Vegas. There's also a trip to see where the Seinfeld gang hung out in New York City, or an Everybody Loves Raymond trip to a golf resort in California.
The Trade Places with the Funniest Faces sweepstakes. Just watch Friends on TBS and enter at TBS.com. Brought to you by Sierra Mist. It's that refreshing.
Refreshingly wicked!
No purchase necessary. Internet access required. Subject to official rules at TBS.com. Open to legal residents of the continental U.S. 18 or older. Void where prohibited. Ends 5/16/06.
We're here for your communication needs. Internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners. We make a good team. Service second to none. South Slope Cooperative Communication.
We go to the top of the 3rd inning, and Stephen Merrick will face Leyson Séptimo. Séptimo, a left-handed batter, had 2 hits last night, singled and scored on the 2-run homer by the on-deck hitter Upton in the top of the first, and he fouls one off the mask of catcher Brett Martinez, strike 1. The Kernels answered the Silverhawk 2-run first with a 4-run first, and then 3 more in the second, and are up here in the third, 7-2, swing and a miss on high gas from the right-hander Stephen Merrick. Remember, in the top of the 6th inning, we'll have a chance for you to earn a $5 gift certificate to the Springhouse, our Springhouse trivia question coming up. Brad Kuhn is shifted way around into left center field, playing Séptimo to go the other way. Ball 1 was high and outside, now a fastball high and away, ball 2. The kids from Viola Gibson are having a great time. Curve, and that one slapped off the plate foul, rolling towards the South Bend manager, Mark Haley, coaching at third. You still have a couple of hours to get out to Peck's Flower and Garden Shop for their Arbor Day sale. If you're a girl or boy, 10 and under, accompanied by an adult, you'll receive a maple seedling. You'll sign adoption papers to make sure that you take care of that maple seedling, but Peck's is open until 5 this afternoon, kids, for their Arbor Day sale. Take your mom or dad, aunt or uncle, parent, grandparent, and you can receive a maple seedling. A little looper is popped down the left field line. It lands fair for a leadoff single for Séptimo. Oh, brother, you talk about a Texas League single. A high pop-up down the left field line, chased by Travis Schlichting and Pat Riley and the shortstop Larry Infante. It fell about 100 feet behind third base in the outfield, fair by less than 6 inches, and Leyson Séptimo has a leadoff single. Well, Stephen Merrick will have to try to pitch around that tough luck single, just beyond the reach of Travis Schlichting, who turned his back on the infield and could not get there. A strike is in, a fastball clocked at 89 miles an hour, according to the Bank Iowa speed pitch indicator underneath the Rockwell Collins LED video board in right center. There's strike 2. Strike 2 to Justin Upton, who socked a 2-run homer off Stephen Merrick in the first inning. 7-2 Kernels. Leadoff man aboard with his 4th hit in the series, Leyson Séptimo at first base. He draws a throw and in no tag by Mark Trumbo. The skies continue to brighten here this afternoon. Temperatures up to 63 degrees. 3:15 down the left field line here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, a 16-foot high wall that leads up to the Randy Kiel-Confidence Picnic Pavilion. A curve in the dirt blocked by Brett Martinez to prevent a wild pitch. It's cleared off so much we can see Quaker Oats and the flag atop the Quaker Oats building. We can see the Iowa Realty building, Cedar River Towers, the Crown Plaza downtown. A ball slapped to second. The only play, well, Dallas Morris gets the lead runner. Morris came in quickly. That ball was clubbed off the end of the bat by Justin Upton, and he forces Leyson Séptimo. It went Morris to Infante, 4-6. Justin Upton reaches on a fielder's choice, and it's a runner at first with 1 away here in the South Bend third. Kernels up 7-2. Let's see, we can see the flame atop City Hall that honors our veterans. I can see the Roosevelt Hotel beyond the right center field wall. And the APAC building. The Great America Leasing building with its shimmering glass panels. Mercy Medical Center is visible from behind home plate, high atop our perch here. And we can see Penford Products as well. Breathtaking panoramic view of the Cedar Rapids skyline. A pitch outside, and now Brian Burns slaps the 1-0 foul into the screen. 1-1 to Brian. Top of the third inning, Kernels lead it 7-2 after South Bend got a 2-run homer from Arizona's first-round pick in last year's draft, Justin Upton. We understand from Sonia Massey, who's been helping us all spring long in the community and here at the ballpark, that Upton signed a contract for over $6 million as the first player taken in last year's draft. That'll be a topic of conversation in some of Sonia's sports studies classes down at the university. There goes the runner. A pitch of ball to throw to second, and Larry Infante has the ball waiting on one hop from Brett Martinez. Justin Upton is caught trying to steal second. The caught stealing went catcher to shortstop, 2-6. It looked like Upton slipped. Looked like he slipped out of the gate going from first to second, and Brett Martinez had a good pitch to handle. He one-hopped his peg to Larry Infante, who put the tag on the feet first sliding Justin Upton. 2 away now, and a strike called to Brian Byrne, evening the count 2-2. Boy, that's hard to fathom, signing a guy to a $6 million contract as an 18-year-old before he's played an inning of professional baseball, but we've gotten used to it over the years. One of the first bonus babies was Dick Wakefield for the Detroit Tigers. Rick Reichert was a big bonus baby for the California Angels out of the University of Wisconsin. Burns slaps a 2-2 pitch foul up into the third base premier seats. Bonus babies, that's what they called them. Bob Bailey was a bonus baby for the Pittsburgh Pirates or Cincinnati Reds, I can't remember which. Ball 3 is up and in to Brian Byrne, the left-handed hitting cleanup batter. Open stance, uses a black lacquer bat, batting with the bases empty and 2 gone, top of the third, 7-2 Kernels. Deep breath by Stephen Merrick, and he delivers low and outside. His first walk of the afternoon comes with 2 out here in the third inning. Yes, I remember the names Dick Wakefield, Rick Reichert, Bob Bailey, the late Thermy Harris, Bud Curran, and Bob Brooks. All remember the name. Well, it's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember it now. The left-hander who came in here with Cleveland and couldn't throw strikes. Jimmy something, I think. It's funny how your mind, I said last night, you come off these road trips and try to get a sense of normalcy, and it's just not as easy as it is for these younger kids. And it's a little bit harder for old John Rogers these days to keep his dates straight, his thoughts in the right order. Strike call to the batter, left-handed hitting Frank Carreri, and now ball 1 outside. Carreri's 1 for 1. He singled into right his first time up. Frank Carreri, C-U-R-R-E-R-I, didn't play in last night's game. And Merrick misses high and away. Stephen is struggling a little bit with his mechanics. Frank Carreri played in just 12 games in 2004 out of the University of Massachusetts. And as we said earlier, he missed all of last season with a shoulder injury. He takes strike 2 on the outside corner. Carreri's a husky 6'4", 215-pound left-handed batter. 23 years old from the University of Massachusetts. We had a pretty good prospect my first couple of years in this league, 96 and 97. Nate Murphy went to the University of Massachusetts. Ball 3 is inside. Okay, I thought of that hot-shot left-handed prospect back in the early 50s that came here to Cedar Rapids, Billy Joe Davidson. He was featured in Life magazine as a signing for a phenomenal $100,000. The payoff pitch, grounded sharply to third off of Schlichting's glove, and Travis will have to hold on to it. Travis was playing so far off the third baseline that Frank Carreri has reached on an infield single. And now cause for concern as Stephen Merrick is having trouble getting the final out here in the top of the third inning with the Kernels on top of South Bend 7-2. Billy Joe Davidson, According to Bud Curran, the late Thurman Harris, and Hall of Fame sportscaster Bob Brooks, he came here to Cedar Rapids and couldn't break a pane of glass after impressing the scouts with his velocity as a high schooler. Here comes Kernan Ronan, another Mercy Medical Center heart-to-heart visit to the hill. And it'll give us a chance to remind you that Tuesday night we'll wrap up this 4-game series with South Bend, and it'll be a Triple Play Tuesday. What is a Triple Play Tuesday? It's a $5 value meal consisting of a hamburger or cheeseburger, bag of chips, and beverage for only $5. That's this Tuesday night. A Triple Play Tuesday. Kernan Ronan has completed his Mercy Medical Center heart-to-heart conversation with Stephen Merrick, and now he'll go to work against Richard Mercado. Fastball inside, ball 1. Stevens had to throw a lot of pitches here in the early going. 2 on, 2 out for South Bend. 7-2 Kernels. The kids from Viola Gibson School are enjoying this action. The wind continues to blow from right to left. A high drive down the right field line, drifting fair ball. 1 run is in, and another man speeds to third on a little Texas League looper that the wind blew back into play. The Kernels didn't jump on that like I thought they should. Dallas Morris, Mark Trumbo, and the right fielder Flint Whipke all converged, but the wind, as I just noted, is blowing from right to left. That ball fell fair by a foot down the right field line. Brian Byrne, with 2 outs, scored easily from second. Frank Carreri went from first to third on an RBI single by Richard Mercado. When that ball left the bat, Morris, Trumbo, and Flint Whipke all thought it was going to land in the plaza section, the bleachers. No, sir, not with the wind today. It stayed in play. And now the Silverhawks are right back in this game. A curve is low, and the Kernels have to get action going in their bullpen. There are 2 men hustling down to the Kernel right field bullpen as Stephen Merrick has now allowed 3 singles and a walk here in the 3rd inning. Nothing's been easy for the Kernel 22-year-old right-hander. A slider's low, ball 2 to Steve Mena. Right now it looks like the Silverhawks have Stephen Merrick on the ropes. Brock Butcher is starting to throw for the Kernels. Ball 3 almost hit the batter. Ball 3 inside. Whoa, brother. Stevens' shirt has come untucked behind his back. He can't tell that. Mena may be turned loose. He takes a strike for strike 1. What a strange turn of events. 2 balls hit by the Silverhawks. Soft little pop flies that landed fair down the left and right field lines. A high, deep drive into straightaway center. Brad Kuhn backing up has it. Whew, Steve Mena on a 3-1 pitch skies to center to end the South Bend 3rd inning. Hang in there, Stephen Merrick. You may not have your best stuff, but you're battling your heart out. 1 run for South Bend in the 3rd on 3 hits. A walk, no Kernel errors, and South Bend leaves a pair. They've stranded 4. We go to the lower half of the 3rd inning on this Sunday Family Fun Day, Viola Gibson Day. The Kernels lead South Bend 7-3. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Sylvia, you know that cruise you've always wanted?
Yeah.
Well, there it is.
That would be our house, Bob. Are you feeling all right, dear?
Well, this is so cool. Guarantee Bank will let us use the equity in our home to do just about anything we want. College tuition, a room addition, a cruise, and best of all, the interest may be tax deductible. Now do you see it? Ah, the sun, the waves, the tropical breezes.
Ooh, now I see it. It's a convertible. The sun on my face, the wind in my hair.
See your guarantee banker in Cedar Rapids, Marion, or Hiawatha, and use the equity in your home to do whatever you want, even if it's just to get out of the house.
Feel the road, the roar of the engine.
The roar of the...
Hey, it's my kind of life. Keep your hands off my Porsche, Bobby boy.
Guarantee Bank. For your
Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Consult your tax advisor for interest deductibility. Some restrictions apply.
If you're looking to enhance your property's appearance, function, or value, make the experts at King's Material your most reliable teammate. Retaining walls? You bet. Custom patios? Bingo. Walkways and steps? King's Material says yes. King's Material has all the bricks, concrete, and some elements to make your landscaping, masonry, and architectural projects become a reality. To view the astonishing array of beautiful and innovative products King's Material can bring to your home, yard, or business, visit King's online at kingsmaterial.com.
We go to the bottom of the third inning, and we have another final on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. It's in the National League. The Rockies down in Miami upended the Marlins 3-1. Colorado 3, Florida 1. That's our second final this afternoon on the State Farm Major League scoreboard, sponsored by State Farm Insurance agents Brad Dunn, Gary Schubat, Dale Thompson, and Al Shuttler. We go to the home half of the third. Flint Whipke is first up. Whipke, Schlichting, and Infante here in the bottom of the third inning for the Kernels. Flint struck out on a Cody Evans breaking pitch in the first inning. He hammers one into the right center field gap for extra bases. Leyson Séptimo chases it down at the 390 mark on the warning track, and Whipke's trying for a triple. The throw into the South Bend infield is cut off, and it is a leadoff triple for Flint Whipke. Flint has his second triple of the season. It's the Colonel's second triple of the afternoon, and the Colonels now have 8 hits in this game. Flint Whipke drilled one into the right center field alley. It went all the way to the base of the 390 mark before Leyson Séptimo could get to it, and Flint Whipke has a leadoff triple here in the home half of the third inning. Let's see if Travis Schlichting can drive him home. Grounder to third, that won't do it. It's the third baseman, Steve Mena, looking Whipke back to third and throwing out Travis Schlichting. Travis, first pitch swinging, cracked it on the ground to his counterpart at the hot corner, Steve Mena. So now it'll be up to Larry Infante to get that runner home from third. Travis Schlichting swinging at the first pitch, grounding out to third. Flint Whipke holding at third. Now the infield in for South Bend. Infield in, Larry Infante, a 128 hitter, left-handed batter from Venezuela. Ground ball to first. Whipke tries to score, and Flint is out at the plate. It went catcher. It went first baseman to catcher. Flint Whipke is thrown out. Brian Byrne to the catcher, Richard Mercado. Boy, oh boy. The first two Colonel hitters after Whipke's triple ground out to third and ground to first. Larry Infante reaches on a fielder's choice. Very, very poor situational hitting by the Colonels in this inning. You get a guy at third with a leadoff triple, nobody out, and you can't get him home. Well, credit the Silverhawks' Cody Evans. Some pitching by Evans to prevent the Colonels from getting that run home. Wow. 2 ground ball outs. And both batters, Schlichting and Infante, swung at first pitches. So they knew something I didn't. Here's Larry Infante taking off for second, and he beats a throw on a delayed steal. Larry Infante just beat the throw from Richard Mercado. The shortstop, Pedro Ciriaco, by his body language, jumping up in the air after the tag in silent protest of the call by the base umpire. So Larry Infante steals second. He's in scoring position for Brad Kuhn. Well, maybe Brad can erase the tough at-bats that Travis Schlichting and Larry Infante had and come through with a 2-out base hit here. A bouncer to first will end the inning. Brian Byrne has it and steps on the base to end the inning. Well, South Bend has some momentum now. Believe it or not, the Silverhawks have the momentum in this game. Flint Whipke tripled leading off the third inning, but was thrown out with 1 out on a ground ball to first base. No runs in the third for the Colonels despite a leadoff triple. 1 hit for the Colonels. There were no Silverhawk errors, and the Colonels leave 1 man on and have stranded 3. Stephen Merrick back to the hill as we go to the top of the 4th inning. It's still the Colonels leading South Bend 7-3. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Reading stimulates a child's imagination, increases their mastery of subject matter, improves their spelling and vocabulary, and opens up new worlds of discovery. That's why Toyota Financial Services, the Gazette, and the Kernels are teaming up to encourage elementary students throughout the community to read. Kernels players will visit 38 elementary schools this spring to talk with students about the benefits of reading. Girls and boys will then be rewarded with nifty prizes for achieving reading milestones. Toyota Financial Services, the Gazette, and the Kernels, proud to stand behind our community's youth through reading.
Next up, a musical taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a new spin on an old vibe from me to you. A tasty sip of Dr. Pepper for your ears, and it starts like this.
I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper?
Now that's cool, but pepper is a little better. So let's slide in a taste of this.
I'm a pepper,
Right on. But there's still more to it. I mean, there's nothing like it, because every sip is a chicken mashup of 23 different flavors. So for the true taste of Dr. Pepper, we dial it up even more.
I'm a pepper.
You know it. With 23 flavors mixed into one bold taste, every sip is a cool mix of music to your mouth. Woo! Dr. Pepper, there's more to it.
After 3 innings, a lot of crooked numbers on the scoreboard in right center. 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Kernels. 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error by South Bend as Stephen Merrick spins his first pitch in the dirt to Manuel Ferrer, who struck out looking his first time up. Ball 2 inside. A leadoff triple by Flint Whipke in the bottom of the third, but it was squandered by the Kernels. Brock Butcher is warming up in the Kernel right field bullpen. Stephen Merrick just hasn't had his usual command as he delivers a strike on the inside corner, but Stephen has made a couple of real big pitches to protect this Kernel lead. Strike 1 on the inside edge. Now a bouncer to shallow short. Larry Infante waits and then unloads in time. That ball seemed to take forever to get to Larry. Once Infante gloved it, he had plenty of steam on his throw to get Manuel Ferrer 1 away here in the Silverhawk 4th inning. Greg Thompson grounded out to second baseman Dallas Morris his first time up. The Kernels erased the Silverhawk 2-run lead in the first inning with 4, and then added 3 in the second. A high fly ball into shallow left. Pat Riley comes in, sliding feet first. He picks it clean to take a base hit away from Greg Thompson. A fine running catch in shallow left by Pat Riley. He got a very good jump on that shallow fly ball to left and slid in, spikes first. He'll have grass stain on his white home Kernel pants, but he recorded the second out of the inning. Here's Pedro Ciriaco taking a breaking pitch for a strike. Ciriaco has struck out so far this afternoon and lined to first. He's a right-handed batter with a .344 average. Line drive over the head of Stephen Merrick for a 2-out single. Pedro Ciriaco has the 8th hit of the afternoon for the visitors. He's aboard with 2 out. Here comes trouble. Leyson Séptimo, Septimo. Left-handed batter, Leyson Séptimo. Public address announcer Dale Brote and I have had some fun trying to get the pronunciations of all these Silverhawks right. They do not do their games on the radio. That's hard to believe in the year 2006 that a Midwest League team would not find the resources to have their games broadcast. So perhaps several Silverhawk folks' parents are listening in on the Internet. We're glad to have you along if that's the case. Strike 1 to Séptimo. Now a ground ball to the right side. A long way to go for Dallas Morris. He gloves and throws to the pitcher, Merrick, covering for the out. Dallas Morris had to go a long way to his left on a slowly hit grounder, and then he led Stephen Merrick beautifully. Give Merrick credit for hustling over from the mound, just as you're supposed to as a pitcher, on any ball hit to the right side of the infield. That was quite a play, turned in by both Dallas Morris, the second baseman, and Stephen Merrick, the pitcher, covering to get Leyson Séptimo. It went 4-1. No runs in the fourth for the Silverhawks. One hit. There were no Colonel errors. South Bend strands a runner. They've left 5. As we go to the bottom half of the fourth inning, the Kernels are ahead of the Silverhawks 7-3. This is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Who's that cool cooking man? King of the grill, who's your patio?
It's time for Clement's Great Grill Challenge. If someone asks you, what's cooking, Daddy-O, tell them Clement's is always lean and juicy. The other guys have more fat, more flare-ups, and shrinking taste. Avoid unnecessary flare-ups. Never substitute fat for flavor. Always grill Clement's.
King of the grill, man. The grill's hot, he's cool. Who's your patio?
That soothing, calm music reminds me to remind you of Peck's Flower and Garden Shop Arbor Day sale. They're open till 5 this afternoon, and kids, girls, and boys 10 and under, accompanied by an adult, you will receive a maple seedling from Peck's Flower and Garden Shop as long as they last, 1 per kid. You'll sign adoption papers. Peck's invites you to come in and celebrate 50 years of business in the Cedar Rapids community. They had a wonderful feature story on Peck's in the Gazette this morning, and Peck's is celebrating Arbor Day with maple seedling tree giveaway, 1 per kid, accompanied by an adult, 10 years and younger, at the corner of Edgewood and Blair's Ferry Roads Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Peck's is open until 5 o'clock this afternoon, so you still have time, kids, to get out to Peck's and pick up your maple seedling for Arbor Day. Well, Dallas Morris leads off the fourth. There's an old baseball axiom that if you make a good play in the field, you then lead off the next inning. That's what Dallas is experiencing right now. He led Stephen Merrick beautifully on a 4-1 putout of Leyson Séptimo to end the South Bend fourth, and now ball 1 is upstairs to Dallas. The next pitch is corked foul off the end of the bat to the railing of the first base Colonel dugout. Dallas Morris, 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored this afternoon. A curveball is rolled weakly to second. Manuel Ferrer has it and flips to first. Dallas Morris rolls out to second. First time he's been retired by right-hander Cody Evans. 1 away here in the Colonel fourth inning. 8 hits for each team, and we're only in the bottom of the fourth inning on this delightfully cool and partly overcast Sunday Family Fun Day here at the ballpark. Popcorn is only $1. And after the game, Velocity Sports Performance will allow the kids to run the bases and play catch on the field. A change-up low to Pat Riley. Riley has driven in 2 of the Colonel's 7 runs, an RBI single in the first, a run-scoring triple in the second. And he's 3 for 3 as he lashes a base hit into left field. Patrick Riley is 3 for 3, adding to his team-high .295 batting average with a 3 for 3 day so far. Pat Riley has the Colonel 9th hit of the day. A 1-out single plugged into left field the opposite way by Patrick Riley. Jordan Renz doubled home a run and scored in the Colonel 3-run second. DH and cleanup batter, Jordan takes low for ball 1. Renz uses a white ash bat. Looks at the signals being flashed by Colonel manager Bobby Magallanes down at third. Bobby's wearing a quilted lined red jacket with gray sleeves. Eric Owens is the Colonel hitting coach. He's coaching at first. Just blew a big bubble. A throw to first, and that chases Pat Riley back. 7-3 Colonels. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. The 1-0 to Renz. Instead, a throw to first. Riley back standing up. Cody Evans was a loser his last start Tuesday in South Bend against Clinton. He pitched 6 innings and gave up just 2 runs on 4 hits, struck out 5, walked 1. So he was highly effective in his last start. 6'4" lean right-hander misses high with a fastball. 2-0 now to Jordan Renz. Cody's become a very popular name with kids, as has Travis and Tyler. It's amazing how cyclical first names are. When I was growing up, a lot of boys were named after disciples or books in the Bible. John, Matt, Luke. Our right-hander starting to throw in the Silverhawk left field bullpen. A high clout to deep left. Doesn't have enough. Thompson at the wall. Leaps, and it's off the very top of the wall. Racing to third is Pat Riley. A good relay throw could get him from Ciriaco. Pat at the plate. Pulls over the catcher. He is out at the plate on a double by Jordan Renz. Pat Riley lowered his shoulder, but Richard Mercado held on, and the Kernels lose a runner at the plate on a double by Jordan Renz. A high drive off the very top of the wall. And Riley was thrown out, left fielder to shortstop to catcher, 7-6-2 on a double by Jordan Renz. The Kernels lose their second man at home plate in as many innings. Oh, what a relay throw from Pedro Ciriaco after he got the peg from the left fielder, Greg Thompson. I think Renz missed a home run by 2 inches. Right underneath the Whirling Waters Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM home run hot tub, just to the right of it, is where Renz's drive hit the very top of the green padded wall. Now a high fly ball into straightaway right. Leyson Séptimo goes back, and he makes the catch. Brett Martinez flies to right. The Kernels, no runs in the fourth. 2 hits. There were no South Bend errors, and the Kernels leave 1, have stranded 4. In the last 2 innings, the Kernels have lost 2 men at the plate, and that's the reason the Silverhawks are still well within striking distance in this ball game. We go to the top of the 5th, 7-3 Kernels. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Springtime. That time of year when your heating system still runs some, but it's also a time when your air conditioning can be running too. Who do you call when either of them fail? Never fear, the A-Team is near. The A-Team from Ahern Plumbing and Heating. They can inspect and ensure that your heating and cooling system is ready to go when you need it. 24 hours a day, call them the A-Team from Ahern Plumbing and Heating. Call 393-4872 for Ahern Plumbing and Heating.
Advanced Systems, the leader in office technology, is like a good baseball coach when it comes to office productivity. Advanced Systems makes the most of your team. They do it with the latest technology for office productivity from Canon. They're also like a great trainer. Advanced Systems' advanced life support makes sure your office equipment runs at peak levels and fixes it fast if things go wrong. Hit it over the fence with Canon technology from Advanced Systems. Call 832-8291.
This is for the 21st century with Advanced Systems.
Coffee works when it's important to you. Coffee works, let your work shine through. Quality coffee, we do it for less. Don't settle for second best. Coffee works, computer center. Coffee works, we do it better when you think of coffee. Think of Coffee Works. Coffee works, coffee works.
A light rain has started to fall here at Veterans Memorial Stadium as Stephen Merrick is ready to set sail here in the top of the 5th inning. He'll face the heart of the order for the Silverhawks, starting with Justin Upton. Upton belted a 2-run homer in the first inning. Ball 1 inside from the Colonel right-hander Merrick. 7-3 Kernels. But in the last 2 innings, the Kernels have had 2 men thrown out at the plate. Here's a hard shot wrapped to deep short off the glove of Larry Infante. Trickles into shallow left, and it's a leadoff single for Justin Upton. Boy, did he hit that one hard. a scalding bullet about 3 inches off the grass to deep short, and it's a base hit for Justin Upton. That is now 9 hits for South Bend. The Kernels have 10 hits this afternoon. Brian Byrne has been robbed of a base hit on a terrific play at second base by Dallas Morris in the first. He walked and scored in the third inning. He fouls one straight back, strike one. Brock Butcher is still warming up for the Kernels in the right field corner. Brock Butcher. And that light mist is stopped now. We've been caught in a swirling pattern of alternating clouds, rain, and a little bit of sunshine this afternoon. Strike 2 called to the left-handed batter, Brian Byrne. I kind of get the feeling, I kind of think I understand now how people feel on the coast of New England when they have these squalls that come in. Change up, and it's in the dirt, ball one. Byrne is from St. Mary's College. In the ninth inning, pinch hit last night in the ninth, and he walked to load the bases. Hit .267 in his rookie year with Missoula last year, 4 homers, 36 driven in. Ball 2 is outside to Brian Byrne. The Kernels desperately want to see if Stephen Merrick can make it through this 5th inning. Upton at first, he's not running. A ground ball to third. Can the Kernels turn 2? Schlichting to second out. And Morris to first. Double play. Around the horn she went. 5-4-3. And the pitcher's best friend has helped Stephen Merrick here in this 5th inning. A sharp 2-hopper to Travis Schlichting. He fed Dallas Morris beautifully at second. And with Upton right in underneath the legs of Dallas Morris, Dallas zipped his throw to first for the 5-4-3 twin killing. 2 gone here in the Silverhawk 5th inning. The batter, Frank Carreri. He's 2 for 2. Left-handed hitter. Fouls the first pitch off the chest protector of Brett Martinez, strike 1. That was a big double play started by Travis Schlichting. And he's playing with a very tender right bicep. Base hit past the pitcher's glove into center field by Frank Carreri. He's 3 for 3. Frank Carreri has worn out Stephen Merrick, and now that's 10 hits for South Bend. We were hoping to have a visit from Walt Zenor. And Walt, are you Walt? Thanks for coming, Walt. It's great to have you. Boy, I want you to tell us about Viola Gibson. It's your day here at the ballpark, Walt. And let's get this situated. I'll tell you what, let's put it on, let's do it, Walt, this way, and see how that works for you. There you go, Walt. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect. Here's a high pop foul, and it's chased by Mark Trumbo, but it's 3 rows up into the plaza section, strike 1. Well, Walt, first of all, could you pronounce your last name for us?
Zener.
Zener, I'm sorry. I'm glad we got it right. Walt, what grade are you at Viola Gibson?
5th.
5th grade. Well, that means you're kind of one of the leaders of the school now. Have you had any field trips yet this year that the 5th graders have done?
Yeah, we went to Harding a few weeks ago.
And that's the school you'll go to next year?
Yep.
A curve is low. 5th grader Walt Zener is with us from Viola Gibson School. And Walt, it just seems like a couple of days ago we were out at Viola Gibson with our left fielder, Pat Riley. Were you there for the reading program assembly?
Yes.
It was pretty neat, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Riley's 3 for 3 today. I think he knew it was Viola Gibson Day. Fouling one straight back is Richard Mercado. Richard's 2 for 2. Well, Walt Zener, Viola Gibson's nickname, are they the Gators?
Yeah.
What are your school colors?
Blue and gold.
Yeah, they're really neat, aren't they?
Yeah.
Walt, are you involved in sports at all?
Yeah.
What do you play?
I play basketball, baseball, and football.
Wow, all 3 of the major sports. We'll ask you a little more in a second. The 2-2. Strike 3 called. Stephen Merrick, with only his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon, gets Richard Mercado looking. No runs in the fifth. 1 hit for the Check that, 2 hits for the Silverhawks. No Colonel errors, a double play, and South Bend leaves 1 man aboard. They've stranded 6. We're going to keep it right here with Viola Gibson 5th grader Walt Zehner. And Walt, let's start with baseball. What is the name of the league that you play in?
Hiawatha Kids League.
That's one of the best in Iowa, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the name of your team?
FNBC Iowa.
FNBC Iowa. And what position are you?
Pitcher.
Oh, you're a pitcher. Do you know what distance you throw from the mound to the plate? Is it 48 feet?
45.
45 feet. Can you throw strikes?
Yeah.
Good. Who is your coach?
Mark Zehner.
You mean your dad?
Yeah.
Oh, your dad's the coach. Great. And then, Walt, as far as your other sports that you like, basketball, what league do you play in there?
Cougars.
The Cougars, all right. And are you a center, a forward, or a guard?
A guard.
Okay. And then, can you hit from three-point range, or are you still a little bit too young?
I can hit from three-point range.
All right. And then how about football? Are you involved in flag or tackle?
Tackle.
In what position?
I was last year a flanker.
Oh, an wide out.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, not many kids your age know that name, flanker. When I was a kid, now they always say wide receiver. But, yeah, you are a flanker. Let's talk about your favorite teams, Walt. Who is your favorite baseball team?
Marlins.
The Florida Marlins. How did you pick them?
Well, I just started liking them.
They have cool uniforms, don't they?
Yeah.
Green and teal. And then they've won a couple of world championships. Walt, what about your favorite football team, first NFL?
Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow, Donovan McNabb. And how about your favorite basketball team?
Philadelphia 76ers.
Allen Iverson. Walt Zehner is with us. Let's see if we have a pitching change for South Bend. No, they're going to stay with their right-hander, Cody Evans, as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning, 7-3 Kernels. Walt, you have an unusual T-shirt on. I think you were a participant in one of our on-field contests. Could you tell our listeners what you did?
Well, my friend he was behind me, and he put his hands through my sleeves, and then he was feeding me cheesy enchiladas.
Were they pretty good?
Yeah.
I think they were from Papa Juan's and Stefano's. A little roller in front of the plate. It'll be pounced on by the catcher, Mercado. He barehands and throws Mark Trumbo out. A swinging bunt by Mark Trumbo as he rolls it, about 8 feet in front of home plate, just outside the dirt batting circle. Trumbo is thrown out by the catcher. Richard Mercado and Cody Evans almost collided on that one, but the play goes catcher to first, 2-3, one away here in the fifth inning, 7-3 Kernels. And, Walt, was the idea that your friend who would reach underneath your sleeves and feed you, was the idea to put as much of the enchilada in your mouth as he could?
Yeah.
Was it pretty good? Or
yeah.
could you taste it?
I could taste it.
Okay, good. Ball one is outside, a strike to Flint Whipke, who tripled leading off the third inning, but was thrown out at the plate on a ground ball. The 0-1 from Evans is low and away. Walt, as far as Viola Gibson goes, what are your favorite subjects?
I like math and science.
Great. Those are the two areas our country needs a big boost in. A little number underneath the pitcher's glove. It'll be Manuel Ferrar to make the throw to first and just get Flint Whipke. That was a bang play. Whipke almost beat out an infield single as his slow roller eked under the mid of the pitcher, Cody Evans, but the second baseman was behind the mound to glove it and just get Flint. Cody Evans is trying to retire the Colonel side in order for the first time this afternoon. Travis Schlichting, the number 8 hitter, open stance, right-handed batter, now at the plate. And I think, Walt, one of your classmates, it looks like one of the Broussards is waving. Yeah, Walt, they see you up here. Now, what's that kid's name in the yellow shirt?
Martrell.
That's Martrell, and then that's Carrie Broussard, and then what's the kid next to Carrie? Well, she's not turned around, so there she is. Oh, that kid's a season ticket holder here. She's at every game. A high drive to left by Schlichting. Adios! Travis Schlichting has hit a home run! And he does it in front of Walt Zenor, and he makes it 8-3 Kernels. Travis Schlichting unloads over the left field wall, just to the right of the Whirling Waters Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM home run hot tub, and that's the first home run of the year for Travis Schlichting, our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show guest. Walt, you must have brought Travis and the Kernels some good luck up here. That ball was tattooed, wasn't it?
Yep.
Over the left field wall. The people on the Whirling Waters Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM home run hot tub are looking. Here's a fly ball to left. Driving try by Greg Thompson. He can't get it. It goes all the way into the corner, and Larry Infante has a triple. Larry Infante has legged out a triple on his last gasp of air, diving head first underneath the tag of Steve Mena. Larry Infante has not the first, not the second, but the third Colonel triple of the day. Wow, we might want to rename the Viola Gibson Gators the Viola Gibson Triplers. They brought the Kernels triple after triple here. Walt, help me again. It's Zenor?
Mm-hmm.
Walt, have you ever hit a triple?
No.
When you do, you'll find out why you're so tired once you get to third base. It's a lot of running. The batter is Brad Kuhn. Wow, the Kernels, swing and a miss, have belted a pair of home runs in the last two games, and that one by Travis Schlichting to make it 8-3 means that PRC's Community Care, the former Access Direct in Cedar Rapids, will add another $25 to the Haycap Food Reservoir in their Home Runs for the Hungry campaign. PRC, proud to help rid our community of hunger by donating $25 to the Haycap Food Reservoir for every Colonel home run this year. 0-2 to Brad Kuhn. Walt Zenor is looking on. Here's a can of corn into shallow center. It's going further than I thought. Way back, and it's dropped! It's dropped by Justin Upton. Brad Kuhn is going to be at third base. It'll be a three-base error on Justin Upton. And scoring from third is Larry Infante to make it 9-3 Kernels. Oh, that ball just kept going and going. It fooled me off the bat, and it fooled Justin Upton. Upton has been very suspect defensively here this afternoon. We remarked earlier he's under a microscope, having signed a $6.1 million deal out of high school, and so far he hasn't lived up to the big billing. But remember, he's a teenager. He's 18 years old, and the expectations are high. Mark Haley is trudging out of the Silverhawk third base dugout. He's going to lift his starter, Cody Evans. The Kernels now have 12 hits, and Evans departs with the Kernels owning a 9-3 lead here on Viola Gibson Day. Right-handers coming in from the Silverhawk bullpen. Well, Walt, you...
For the Silverhawks, number 27, Emmanuel Duran.
Emmanuel Duran is taken over on the hill for South Bend. Walt, you said your two favorite subjects were math and science at Viola Gibson. Have you learned fractions yet?
Yep.
And you've learned the concept of a common denominator?
Yeah.
How much homework approximately do you get every night from your fifth grade class teacher?
For math?
Yes.
Probably 2 a week.
Okay, 2 hours a week. That's substantial because then you have to couple that with all your other subjects. Are spelling tests still a part of the learning process in grade school?
Yeah.
When I used to miss a spelling word, I used to have to write it 25 times, not as punishment, Walt, but to make sure that it cemented the proper spelling into my mind. What happens at Viola Gibson if you happen to miss a spelling word?
In our class, we have to write it 5 times each.
5 times each. And it's not punishment to make your hands sore. It's to reinforce the correct spelling. How about geography? Have you had to learn your states and capitals yet?
Yeah.
How did you do on those?
I think I got like 49 my first time.
Walt, that's tremendous. 49 out of 50? That's not easy. That is not easy to have that kind of recall. And there's a couple of ways to learn the states and capitals. One is sheer memorization, but another fun way is to get out a map and do it. Which way did you do it?
I remembered it.
You remembered it. Okay. Walt, how well do you know Mark Brewer, who helped organize this whole thing? Do you know Mark at all from the Cougar? I know you're in the Hiawatha League for baseball. You're in the Cougar Basketball League. Do you know Mr. Brewer?
No.
Okay, well, I want to make sure that we are able to get you guys introduced, because I think he'd like to hear about your love of athletics. Do you ever golf?
I used to.
Well, that's a fun sport, too, for a small or a fifth grader. Ball one outside from Durant, the right-hander, on in relief of the beleaguered starter Cody Evans here on Viola Gibson Elementary School Day. We'll have our Springhouse trivia question for you in the sixth. A three-hopper with a room service hop to Ciriaco. He unloads high but gets Dallas Morris. It goes short to first to end the fifth inning. The Kernels strike for 2 runs. On 2 hits, chase the South Bend starter. The Silverhawks commit their second error of the afternoon, and the Kernels leave 1 man aboard. Well, Walt Zenor, thank you so much. Did you hear your name announced on the public address system?
Yeah.
You were a busy guy, because before you came up here, you were doing that Papa Juan's contest. Walt, finally, is your family planning on taking a vacation at all this summer, or is it too early to tell?
It's too early to tell.
Okay. Well, Walt, you're a very well-spoken, polite, courteous, intelligent young man, and I want to thank you for sharing time with us here on the radio. Would there be any interest in you becoming a baseball broadcaster?
Maybe.
Okay. You keep your mind open, because I think you might have a future there.
Okay.
Walt, thank you very much. And if you'll let Sonia introduce you to Mr. Brewer, that I think you two guys should meet. Walt, thank you.
Yep.
Walt Zenor from Viola Gibson School. We have a new pitcher for the Kernels. We'll tell you about him in a little bit. After 5, it's the Kernels 9 and South Bend 3. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to the ballpark every Wednesday this season. You heard right. Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to Veterans Memorial Stadium every Wednesday this season. The first 750 of you Colonel fans to enter the gates before Wednesday's home game will receive an envelope full of money inside from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Each of those 750 envelopes will contain a greenback up to a $100 bill. Fairfax State Savings Bank, free money Wednesdays. Come early to line your pocket with cash.
Meet Jim. When it's nice out, he spends weekends in his yard trying to kill weeds.
Gotcha.
Meet Dave. He spends weekends on the green. That's because Greg's Lawn Service takes care of his lawn. Mowing, fertilizing, pruning, and, weed control. Greg's does the big jobs, too. Landscaping, retaining walls, curb edging, and patios. So when you've had enough of those little devils...
Yes.
Call 393-0101. Greg's Lawn Service, a cut above the rest.
Hi, I'm Tanya Sedlock, your local Pekin insurance agent at Andrews Insurance here in Cedar Rapids. We all know how quickly life can change. You buy a new car or a new home. Your family is blessed with a new baby. Your teenager starts driving the family car. I'm here to help with a complete line of insurance plans to give you protection when you need it the most. Pekin Insurance has been in business of insuring people for 85 years. I'm here to put your interests first. Please visit me, Tanya Sedlock, at the Andrews Agency.
We have a U.S. Cellular call to the Colonel bullpen, and it brings in Brock Butcher. Get your wireless relief with Call Me Minutes only from U.S. Cellular. Brock Butcher takes over for Stephen Merrick, 9-3 Kernels here in the sixth inning. Leadoff batter is Steve Mena, right-handed hitter, batting 7th for South Bend. Brock Butcher misses low and in. Stephen Merrick pitched 5 innings this afternoon, allowed 3 runs, all earned on 10 hits. Stephen struck out 3 and walked 1. The 1-1 from Brock is nubbed to the right side. Charging Dallas Morris picks it up and throws the batter out. Steve Mena didn't get down the line very quickly, and he's the first out here in the Silverhawks' 6th inning. If you've been a winner already in our Springhouse Trivia question this spring, congratulations. You're certainly welcome to play along wherever you're tuned in, but don't call in if you've already won. We'll give you the phone number to call soon at the end of this 6th inning. The Springhouse, here's a comebacker. Brock Butcher on one hop spears it, takes a couple of steps towards first, tosses to Mark Trumbo. Manuel Ferrer is gone on a one-hopper. Back to the box, 2 gone here in the 6th inning. The Springhouse has a new large soup and salad bar for only $5.95. A new large soup and salad bar at the Springhouse, all you can eat for only $5.95. The Springhouse is an institution in Cedar Rapids, located off I-380 and 42nd Street on Center Point Road. Lester Schmitz, Lauren Schmitz, and the entire staff invite you to enjoy the new large soup and salad bar for only $5.95. Strike one to the left-handed batter. Now Brock misses high to Greg Thompson. Our Springhouse trivia question, please don't call until I give you the number at the end of this 6th inning. Name the Oakland rookie pitcher who won 6 games in April. Here's a line drive into the right center field gap, and nobody will get it. It'll be Brad Kuhn to cut it off in the right center field alley near the warning track, and pulling into second with a 2-out double is the number 9 hitter, Greg Thompson. Greg Thompson has a 2-out double here in the 6th inning for South Bend. Kernels on top 9-3. Our Springhouse trivia question, name the Oakland rookie pitcher who won 6 games in April en route to a 24-8 record for the A's in 1971. The number you will be calling is 896-7589, 896-7589. We'll take your calls at the end of this Silverhawks 6th inning. Brock Butcher comes set, and a slider is a strike at the letters to Pedro Ciriaco, who singled his last time up, 1 for 3. Cody Evans went 4 2/3 for the Silverhawks before he was knocked out. Ground ball fair, past first, that's another hit, and rounding third is Greg Thompson on to the right fielder missed it. Flint Whipke mishandled it for an error, and it'll either be a double and an error or a triple all the way for Pedro Ciriaco. Ciriaco grounded it past first down the right field line. Flint Whipke had all sorts of trouble coming up with it cleanly. In fact, he couldn't, and they may charge Flint with his first error as a right fielder. We'll rule it a double and a error, and now the Colonel lead is 9-4.
Again, due to the field conditions, boys and girls will not be able to run bases, or parents and the kids will not be able to.
Well, we've had a disheartening but necessary announcement that the kids from Viola Gibson, because a safety issue, the field is very slippery and it's just not right to have them run the bases. A ground ball to second. This will be a tough play for Dallas Morris. He throws just in time as he charges and gets Leyson Séptimo. Oh, boy, the action fast and furious here on this Viola Gibson Sunday afternoon. We've got some backtracking to do. First of all, there was no error charged on Flint Whipke. It's a triple for Pedro Ciriaco, an RBI triple. And the Silverhawks score 1 run in the 6th on 2 extra base hits. There were no Colonel errors. South Bend leaves a runner. They've stranded 7. Now, we've only given you the Springhouse trivia question once. Name the Oakland rookie pitcher who won 6 games in April en route to a 24-8 record for the A's in 1971. 896-7589. 896-7589, the number to call for the Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question. 896-7589, the number to call. And we hope we have a winner. After 5 1/2, the Colonels lead South Bend 9-4. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
If your spring cleaning plans include throwing out household furniture items, be sure to follow the instructions on the orange bulky item collection flyer you received in the mail. Up to 4 items such as couches, mattresses, and box springs, dressers, wooden desks, and bookshelves would be picked up by city crews. However, appliances, TVs, computer components, and scrap metal will not be collected. Your orange flyer will tell you where to dispose of such prohibited items. Thanks for using your orange flyer as your spring cleanup resource.
Well, here's a final reminder for you from Peck's Flower and Garden Shop. They're open until 5 o'clock this evening, and Peck's can provide you with a wonderful Arbor Day long-lasting memento. If you're a child 10 and under, girl or boy, accompanied by an adult, Peck's will present you with a maple seedling tree. This offer is good through till 5 o'clock this afternoon at Peck's Flower and Garden Shop. A maple seedling tree to all girls and boys 10 and under, accompanied by an adult, limit 1 per kid. Peck's Flower and Garden Shop is happy to give away 1,000 maple seedling trees on this, their Arbor Day sale weekend. Pat Riley's retired for the first time. First pitch swinging against right-hander Emmanuel Duran, D-U-R-A-N. Riley wraps out to first. It went Brian Byrne to the pitcher covering, 1 away. Here's Flint Whipke taking a strike at the knees. Cody Evans went 4 2/3 and gave the Kernels 9 runs on 12 hits. A deep drive to left by Whipke at the wall and on to the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion. It's a home run for Jordan Renz, not Flint Whipke. Jordan Renz has belted a home run. Jordan Renz has belted a home run, and it makes it 10-4 Kernels. Jordan Renz unloads his second of the year, and it gives the Kernels a 10-4 lead here in the 6th inning. Boy, oh boy, Renz drilled it high in the air down the left field line onto the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion to make it 10-4. That's another $25 now donated by PRC's Community Care to the Haykept Food Reservoir in PRC's Home Runs for the Hungry campaign. A big swing by Brett Martinez and a miss, 1-1 to Brett. Well, that's the first hit off Emmanuel Duran, a home run by Jordan Renz, his second of the year. We have so much going on up here, and the action is so fast and furious that we haven't had a chance to congratulate our Springhouse Trivia question winner yet, Charles Miller. Charles Miller has earned a $5 gift certificate from the Springhouse Family Restaurant. Swing and a miss by Brett Martinez, and he's gone on strikes. That's the first strikeout for Emmanuel Duran. Here's Mark Trumbo with 2 out and the base is empty. 10-4 Kernels. Ball 1 off the mid of the catcher, Richard Mercado. We asked you on the Springhouse Trivia question this afternoon to name the Oakland rookie pitcher who won 6 games in April en route to a 24-8 record for the Athletics in 1971. Charles Miller of Ford Avenue Northwest. Here's a ground ball up the middle. The shortstop Ciriaco behind the bag pumps his throw across the diamond to retire Mark Trumbo. The play went 6-3. In the Kernels' 6th, 1 run on 1 hit. Jordan Renz's second home run of the season. There were no South Bend errors. The Kernels leave the bases empty. Vida Blue, the answer to our Springhouse Trivia question. Vida Blue was the Oakland rookie pitcher who won 6 games in April en route to a 24-8 record for the A's in 1971. Vida had 8 shutouts that rookie season, 24 complete games, and Vida won 6 of his 24 games in 1971 in the month of April. Charles Miller is our Springhouse Trivia question winner. Charles, you'll be receiving a $5 gift certificate from the Springhouse. After 6 on Viola Gibson Day, Sunday Family Fun Day here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. The Kernels 10, Silverhawks 4. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Step up to the plate this summer and nominate your favorite Cedar Rapids Kernel for the Rockwell Collins Fans' Choice Award. Every time you catch a Kernels game, fill out a Fans' Choice ballot to recognize the efforts of your favorite ball player. Then drop the ballot in the designated box at the souvenir stand. During the season's final homestand, Rockwell Collins will present the Fans' Choice Trophy to the player with the most votes and make a donation to that player's favorite charity. Rockwell Collins and the Cedar Rapids Kernels, teammates working for a better community.
Service second to none, South Slope Cooperative. We're here for your communication needs, internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners, we make a good team. Service second to none, South Slope Cooperative Communication.
You've worked hard, and you're finally your own boss. As a business owner, you may not want to hear the word liability, but it comes with the territory. Smart business owners protect their investments with a business owner's policy from Neighbor Insurance Services, your professional Pekin insurance agency in Hiawatha. Neighbor Insurance Services can show you how to secure the right amount of protection for your business at affordable rates. Your business is important. See Neighbor Insurance Services in Hiawatha for business owners insurance.
This game goes to the 7th inning. We'll have some more finals for you a little bit in a few minutes on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Brock Butcher came in answering a U.S. Cellular call to the Kernel bullpen, took over for Stephen Merrick in the 6th, and Brock paints the outside corner with a fastball, strike one. Brock Butcher last worked Tuesday in Lansing in a Kernel 4-0 loss. He went an inning and a third, allowed 2 runs, only 1 earned on 3 hits, struck out 1, walked none. He's facing Justin Upton, who put South Bend ahead in the first inning this afternoon with a 2-run homer. Upton's had a tough day in the field, in center field. He's made 2 costly errors for South Bend. The 0-2 from Brock Butcher is in the dirt for ball 1. The kids from Viola Gibson, the VGs, are forming above the Silverhawk third base dugout. They are eager to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. 10-4 Kernels here in the top of the 7th. Upton takes upstairs for ball 2 from Brock. Brock Butcher told us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show on our recent 8-game road trip to Michigan that his father named him for the Hall of Famer Lou Brock. A bouncer to first on 3 hops. Mark Trumbo looks it into his mitt, then races to the bag ahead of Justin Upton for an unassisted putout. 1 away here in the top of the 7th inning. Here's Brian Byrne. Stephen Merrick, 5 innings pitched, gave up 3 runs on 10 hits, struck out 3, and walked 1. The Kernels have home runs this afternoon from Travis Schlichting his first, Jordan Wren's his second, and they have 3 triples. A bouncer to short. This should be easy for Larry Infante. He has it to the left of second base, on to first for the second out of the 7th inning. Brian Byrne slaps it to the shortstop, Larry Infante, and Larry's had a flawless day in the field. He throws out the cleanup batter. 2 gone here in the Silverhawk 7th inning. Kernels lead it by 6, 10-4. You won't believe the conditions now. The sun is shining and it's raining. A strike is into the left-handed batter, Frank Carreri. It's not discouraging the kids from Viola Gibson. Their musical leader has been congregated. A late swing and a miss on a fastball by Frank Carreri. They're practicing. You can hear the kids practicing under the leadership of Jessica Muters. Wait a minute. The kids aren't practicing. I think they're going through... No, it's just a practice routine. But they sure are getting a lot of great attention. The 0-2 from Butcher. Slapped foul right above the third base seats where those kids are singing, and down below in front of Jessica Muters, their choral director of the VGs. 0-2 to Frank Carreri. Brock brings it in the dirt, a changeup. Brock Butcher is 1-0 this year. This is his 6th relief appearance, a 4.15 earned run average. In 8 2/3 innings, Brock has only allowed 4 earned runs on 13 hits. He struck out 3, walked 1. Butcher winds and delivers. A ground ball to the right side. Trumbo has it, leads Brock Butcher, the pitcher, to the bag for the out. Brock Butcher covered as Mark Trumbo gloved the ground ball. That's the first time the Kernels have retired Frank Carreri this afternoon. The play went first base to pitcher 3-1. Brock Butcher has retired the side in order for the first time today. 1-2-3, nothing across in the top of the 7th. Let's listen in as the VGs sing the classic baseball hymn, Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Listen to this. This is the VGs. That's the VGs singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game on Viola Gibson Day here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Kernels come to bat in the home half of the 7th with a 10-4 lead over the Silverhawks. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball here on the Kernel Radio Network.
Jumpstart your future with learning from Kirkwood Community College. No matter what your age or previous work experience, you have new opportunities as close as your phone. 398-5517. Kirkwood has hundreds of choices for career and technical programs. Kirkwood has financial aid and support options to help you succeed, and Kirkwood has locally based centers to help you balance work, family, and learning. Kirkwood is ready when you're ready. Call Kirkwood Admissions today, 398-5517. Kirkwood, start here, go anywhere.
Convenience and trust, 2 things all of us want. At Tri-State Travel, we offer both. It's convenient for you to make one call or one visit to our office for all your travel needs. A one-day tour, a cruise, a trip to Branson, to charter a motor coach. For 66 years, Tri-State Travel has been a name you can trust to provide quality products. Come see why you can trust us to provide the convenience you expect. Tri-State Travel, now at our new location on 7th Street Southwest.
When it comes to auto insurance, Westside Agency in Palo, your professional Pekin insurance agency, will make certain you're properly insured with the right coverages and deductibles. Westside Agency will tell you about the money-saving discounts from Pekin Insurance. Multi-car discount, good student discount, loss-free discount, 45-plus auto discount, auto home discount, low mileage discount. To see if you qualify for any of these auto discounts that will lower your premiums, visit Westside Agency in Palo.
The sun is shining brightly as Flint Whipke swings and misses at the first pitch from Emmanuel Duran. He's in his 2nd full inning of relief of starter Cody Evans. 13 hits for the Kernels this afternoon, 12 for the visitors. Ball 2 is low and in to Flint. He opened up the Kernel 3rd with a triple into the right center field alley, but was thrown out on a ground ball to first. A line shot into deep left. Thompson going back. He can't get it. It sails over his head. Flint is turning into second, and that double for Flint Whipke is the 14th hit of the day for the Kernels. Flint Whipke has doubled over the head of Greg Thompson in left, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4. The Kernels have 4 doubles, 3 triples, and 2 home runs. So 9 of the Kernel 14 hits have been for extra bases. 9 of the 14. One of the 2 Kernel home runs today is off the bat of this hitter, Travis Schlichting. Fastball is a strike at the knees. from Emmanuel Duran. No record this year. He's on for the 7th time, and in 7 previous innings, he's allowed 8 earned runs on 12 hits. Swing and a miss by Travis, strike 2. Travis Schlichting, the batter. Bottom of the 7th inning, 10-4 Kernels. The 0-2 is wrapped to third. Looking the runner back to second is Steve Mena, and then he tosses to first to get Travis Schlichting. Travis is grounded out or bounced out to third. 1 away here in the 7th inning. Larry Infante now at the plate. Larry tripled his last time up, lining a sinking liner underneath the diving effort of Greg Thompson in left. We'll have our baseball fun fact for you yet this afternoon in the last couple of innings, as well as a look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Ball 1 high and away from this right-hander, Duran. South Bend has another right-hander up in their bullpen warming up. Emmanuel is a 21-year-old from the Dominican Republic, and he delivers a strike, a fastball, to Larry Infante. We'll have a number of finals that have been posted on the State Farm Major League scoreboard for you coming up, and then we'll have another look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard after the game. State Farm insurance agents Gary Schubat, Dale Thompson, Brad Dunn, and Al Shuttler bring us the State Farm Major League scoreboard, and we already have 4 finals in the American League. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Larry Infante, the Colonel shortstop. Duran is set and delivers. Swing and a miss by Larry, and he's gone on strikes for the 2nd out here in the 7th. At Comerica Park this afternoon, the Tigers skunked the Twins 6-0. The Blue Jays and Yankees played at the stadium, and New York came out on top of the Toronto Ball Club 4-1. In St. Petersburg, the Devil Rays shaded the Red Sox 5-4 this afternoon. Seattle edged Baltimore at Camden Yards 4-3. They're in the bottom of the 8th at Kauffman Stadium, and the Athletics lead Kansas City 12-5. Bottom of the 5th inning at Angel Stadium in Anaheim, the White Sox 3, our parent club, the Angels 3. Ball 1 low to Brad Kuhn. Kuhn has scored a run. In fact, he ignited the Colonel 4-run first inning when he drew a leadoff walk. A ground ball slapped to third. Steve Mena has it and throws out Brad Kuhn to end the inning. Kuhn is thrown out by the third baseman. The Colonels cannot bring home Flint Whipke after his leadoff double, the 9th extra base hit by the Colonels this afternoon. Here are finals in the National League on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Atlanta dropped the Mets at Turner Field 8-5. The Rockies beat the Marlins 3-1 in Miami. Houston nipped the Reds 3-2 at Great America Ballpark. The Phillies stomped the Pirates 5-1 today at PNC Park. They're in the 9th inning at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals clobbering the Nationals 9-2. The Brewers are having their way with the Cubs again, mauling Chicago 9-0 in the 8th inning at Wrigley Field. And they're in the top of the 5th in San Francisco. The Diamondbacks lead the Giants 3-0. That look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard brought to you by State Farm insurance agents Al Shuttler, Brad Dunn, Dale Thompson, and Gary Schubat. After 7 at Veterans Memorial Stadium, it's the Colonels 10, the Silverhawks 4. You're tuned to Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
We're here for your communication needs, internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners, we make a good team. Service second to none, South Slope Cooperative Communications.
It's unheard of, an industry first. A car and truck from the same manufacturer to win the coveted Motor Trend Car of the Year and Motor Trend Truck of the Year in the same year. And the award goes to Honda. Yes, the 2006 Honda Civic wins the Motor Trend Car of the Year, and the 2006 Honda Ridgeline wins for Motor Trend Truck of the Year. And you can find them both at Randy Kill Honda on Center Point Road Northeast. Randy Kill Honda is the home of confidence. Check out their huge selection of new inventory, including the Honda Civic Hybrid with fuel savings of up to 50 miles per gallon on the highway. You owe it to yourself to see why Motor Trend voted the Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline the Motor Trend Car and Motor Trend Truck of the Year for 2006. Visit Randy Kill Honda in person on Center Point Road Northeast or online at randykeel.com. Randy Kill Honda, where they treat you right.
We open up the 8th inning with Brock Butcher on the hill, and he misses outside to the catcher, Richard Mercado. 10-4 Kernels. Mercado's 2 for 3 today with an RBI. A late swing and a miss. Strike one on the right-handed batter. An 89-mile-an-hour fastball from Brock Butcher. Brock's family lived in Los Angeles, but after the verdict in the Rodney King case and the outbreak of violence that followed, his family moved to a ranch in California. And his dad built, he and his brother, a baseball diamond, a la Dyersville in the Field of Dreams, the movie that starred Kevin Costner. Swing and a miss by Mercado, and now a changeup in the dirt for ball 2. 26 hits in the game, 14 for the Kernels, 12 for the Silverhawks. The sun is shining, yet a few raindrops are still falling here. It's been a wacky weekend of weather, hasn't it? The 2-2. Dribbled foul to the base of the backstop. Our baseball fun fact, and perhaps Bob Brooks can add something to this when he joins us on the Brooks at Bat South Slope Communications Triple Play Show on Tuesday. The Cubs abandoned their spring training outpost on Catalina Island during World War II. Instead, they held spring training in French Lick, Indiana. A number in front of the plate, and Brett Martinez, out of his catcher's crouch, pounces on it, bare hands, and throws to first to get Richard Mercado. You talk about topping a pitch. Mercado topped that one, and it went 2 feet in front of home plate where Brett Martinez, barehanded, threw on to first to get Mercado one away here in the 8th inning. 10-4 Kernels. Our baseball fun fact, during World War II, the Cubs abandoned their spring training outpost off the coast of California, an island owned by P.K. Wrigley, Catalina Island, and instead, from 1942 through 1945, the Cubs trained in French Lick, Indiana. And a lot of you know the name French Lick because that's where Hall of Fame basketball player Larry Bird grew up, in French Lick, Indiana. The Cubs held spring training there in 1942, 1943, 1944, and 1945. Brock Butcher ahead of Steve Mena, and now a pitch in the dirt, 1-2 to Mena. 10-4 Kernels, top of the 8th inning. Steve spells his last name M-E-N-A, right-handed hitter. Drives one in the air to deep right. Flint Whipke going back, and it's off his glove, and Mena will go to second base. That ball was misjudged by Flint Whipke, and in his defense, he's learning the outfield. They charge him justifiably with an error. Steve Mena is at second on an error committed by the Colonel right fielder, Flint Whipke. He misjudged it. It was hit well. Tomahawked high in the air to deep right. Whipke kept going back, further back. He reached up, and the ball deflected off his glove for a double. No, not for a double, for a two-base error. The batter is Manuel Ferrer. He's 0 for 3 today. That error by the Kernels, our first of the day. Ball one outside to right-handed hitting Manuel Ferrer. Brock Butcher's next delivery is corked foul over the backstop, and it's strike one. The Silverhawks have a right-hander up in their bullpen. And that right-hander is Adam Howard. Adam Howard. A comebacker to Brock Butcher. He looks the runner back to second and throws out the batter, Manuel Ferrer. The second time Brock Butcher has fielded a comebacker off the bat of Manuel Ferrer. 2 away here in the South Bend 8th inning. 22-year-old right-hander Adam Howard is likely to take over in this game in the bottom of the 8th inning. We're in the top of the 8th, and the Kernels have lashed out 9 extra base hits, 14 total, and they lead it 10-4. Left-handed hitting Greg Thompson, who doubled over the head of Brad Kuhn and scored in the 5th inning, checks his swing on a pitch down and in, ball 1 from right-hander Brock Butcher. Runner at second, 2 away for South Bend. The next pitch is low, ball 2. Sun is shining now, and the kids from Biola Gibson have had a wonderful time. We'll know what our attendance is shortly. They'll have that up on the Rockwell Collins LED board. It's sponsored, the attendance guest is sponsored by Ahern Plumbing and Heating. They're one of the 6 premier advertisers here at the ballpark on the scoreboard. The Gazette, Channel 9, KCRG TV, Ahern Plumbing and Heating. The Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Union, Local 125, Wells Fargo, and Randy Keel Honda. Ball 4 upstairs to the number 9 hitter, Greg Thompson, and that walk is the first issued by Brock Butcher. Brock allowed a run on a double and a triple in the 6th inning, retired South Bend in order for the first time this afternoon in the 7th inning, and now he's trying to pitch around an error and a walk. He has a tough customer to deal with, Pedro Ciriaco. Pedro's 2 for 4 today. The Kernels have a right-hander up in their bullpen. And that's Robert Romero. Breaking pitch is a strike called to Pedro Ciriaco. Main at second, Thompson at first for South Bend. 10-4 Kernels here in the top of the 8th, time called by the batter. The lines that define the batter's box are completely obliterated now due to both the drizzle earlier today and all the action at home plate. The Kernels have had 2 men thrown out at home plate. 14 runs have been scored combined by the 2 ball clubs. Strike 1 to Pedro, the right-handed hitting leadoff batter, with a .344 average. A high pop-up into shallow right. Dallas Morris is backpedaling. In trouble, he reaches high to snare it and end the inning. Dallas Morris was very unsure of where that ball was headed. A towering pop-up to shallow right. Ciriaco is retired on a backpedaling catch over his head by Dallas Morris, the second baseman. No runs in the 8th for South Bend. No hits, 1 Colonel error, our first of the afternoon. South Bend leaves a pair. They've stranded 9. We go to the home half of the 8th inning. It's the Kernels leading South Bend 10-4. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin. You know, Hometown Restyling has served Eastern Iowans since 1986, providing the very finest in windows, siding, and sunrooms. Their experienced staff can handle the job from start to finish, including plans, permits, and inspections. Plus, Hometown Restyling is nationally recognized by Professional Remodeler, Qualified Remodeler, and Remodeling magazines. Call Hometown Restyling for your next remodeling project, or better yet, visit one of our beautiful showrooms in Hiawatha or Coralville. Hometown Restyling, because there's no place like home.
Solid Waste and Recycling Services' most valuable player is that big, sturdy cart you use to put your yard and organic debris into. Yardie. Yardie's a real workhorse when it comes to gobbling up your lawn and garden debris. You can expand its capacity by mulching your leaves and other yard debris with your lawnmower, leaf vacuum, or leaf blower. Yardie's okay swallowing up brush and branches, but he'd prefer that you bundle and tie them together and place them beside him. Remember, your Yardie can do more for you if you give him those two special treatments, mulching and bundling.
Your home is a place for savoring all the good things in life. It's a place for celebrations. It's a place where memories are created. To make sure your home is properly insured, visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion, your professional Pekin insurance agency. Sheets Forest Draper will give you all important details about homeowners insurance with complete coverages and surprisingly affordable rates. Visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion for homeowners insurance for your well-lived and well-loved home.
Bottom of the 8th inning, and a new hurler for South Bend. It's 10-4 Kernels. Taking over on the hill is right-hander Adam Howard. Emmanuel Duran went 2 1/3 for the Silverhawks. Allowed 1 Kernel run on 2 hits. Struck out a pair, walked none. Adam Howard from Walters State in Tennessee was a 44th round pick by the Diamondbacks in 2004. Howard appeared in 20 games as a Silverhawk last year. He goes into a full windup, thrusting his arms over his head, and fires high. Ball 1 to Dallas Morris. Dallas singled his first 2 times up this afternoon. He's 2 for 4, and he scored 2 of the 4 Kernel runs. Fastball and a swing and a miss by Dallas, strike 1. Adam Howard, no record this year, working out of the Silverhawk bullpen for the 8th time. A 3.09 ERA. Tall right-hander. The 1-1 to Morris. Curve and a check swing. The ball ricochets off the barrel of the bat into the Kernel right field bullpen where Robert Romero is warming up. Brock Butcher only allowed 1 run in his 3 innings of relief of starter Stephen Merrick. Dallas, a right-handed hitter. Takes a blistering fastball just inside for ball 2. Bottom of the 8th inning, and the Kernels lead it by 6, 10-4. Curve and a high drive into left field, down the line, coming hard, Greg Thompson. He dives and makes a terrific catch. Dallas Morris would have had a double, if not a triple, but Greg Thompson came on very hard and racing in toward the line and left. He made a sliding catch of a Dallas Morris fly ball. 1 out here in the Kernel 8th inning. Dallas hit that one off the end of the bat. South Bend led in this game after 1/2 inning, 2-0, but the Kernels scored 4 in the bottom of the first and have never been headed. A curve and a swing and a miss by Pat Riley. Pat is 3 for 4 today. Now Pat dribbles the 0-1 pitch foul to Eric Owens, the Kernel first base coach. After South Bend's Justin Upton, the first player taken in last year's draft, belted a 2-run homer in the first, the Kernels struck for 4 in the bottom of the first. Upton made a critical error, 1 of 2 that he's made today in center field. He's only 18 years old. Ball 2 is inside, or ball 1 to Pat Riley. Riley was the Kernel player that we took to Viola Gibson School last week. A broken bat squibber to shallow third, barehanded by Mena, and he throws not in time. The business end of the bat ends up to the right of the pitcher's mound. And Pat Riley has his 4th hit of the day. An infield single for the Kernel left fielder, Patrick Riley. Jordan Renz has a big day at the plate going, a pair of doubles and a home run. Patrick Riley went with us on behalf of Toyota Financial Services, the Gazette, Culver's Frozen Custard and Butterburgers, and Bloomsbury Farm to encourage the kids at Viola Gibson to read in our 8th annual Kernel Reading Program. And a lot of the kids outside the front gates this afternoon around 12:30 were clamoring, is Patrick Riley going to play today? Well, the Viola Gibson kids have seen Patrick collect 4 hits. Swing and a miss by Jordan. 0-2 to Jordan Renz. Right-handed hitter. Ooh, a fastball just low and outside from Adam Howard. Cody Evans, the starter for South Bend, surrendered 9 runs. I believe 6 of them earned on 12 hits. A curve and a swing and a miss by Jordan. 2 gone here in the Colonel 8th inning. Runner at first, Patrick Riley. The batter is Brett Martinez. Brett singled home a run in the Colonel 3-run 2nd inning. Right-handed hitting catcher Martinez looks at strike 1, a fastball. Looking ahead to the Silverhawk 9th, they'll have the numbers 2, 3, and 4 men in their order, and they're likely to face a new Colonel pitcher, Robert Romero. Brett takes a breaking pitch high. Ball 1. Martinez hitting .286, no homers, 7 RBIs. Not only an RBI single in the 2nd, but Brett walked and scored in the Colonel 4-run 1st. Adam Howard's pitch, a line drive, back a second, backhanded by Ferrer, and Manuel Ferrer underhands to Pedro Ciriaco, and that forces Pat Riley. The play went second base to short on a 1-hopper smacked past the mound by Brett Martinez. In the 8th inning for the Colonels, no runs, 1 hit, their 15th of the afternoon. There were no Silverhawk errors, and the Colonels strand a runner and have now left 7 this afternoon. We go to the top of the 9th inning. It's the Colonels 10 and the Silverhawks 4. This is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one. Do you, Giuseppe Florentina? You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared as Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Come to Zio Giano's, our pasta makes you Zio. Come to Zio Giano's for real Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? Hey, my hair is my trademark. I gotta be able to count on a good cut and stuff to keep my hair looking thick, even if it's not.
I get a good cut, no wrong way, a smile, and a little something left over in my wallet.
I get little trims that keep my hair long and healthy, and stuff to make it loose and curly one day, straight and sassy the next.
With expert stylists trained in the latest trends and techniques and your favorite professional styling and hair care products, you'll always get what you're looking for at Cost Cutters. At Cost Cutters, you can always count on convenient, affordable, professional care and products that help you create just the style you want. At Cost Cutters, you'll always get a little more.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? A slick, clean cut, great highlights, and a little wig from the hottest stylist I've ever seen.
More of what you're looking for, just yourself.
As we go to the 9th, 10-4 Colonels, a call to the Colonel bullpen sponsored by U.S. Cellular. Get your wireless relief with Call Me Minutes only from U.S. Cellular. Brock Butcher is replaced on the hill by Robert Romero. Brock went 3 innings, surrendering 1 run to South Bend on only 2 hits. He struck out none and walked 1. Robert Romero, a high draft pick by the Angels, a 7th-round pick last year out of Grayson Community College in Texas, the same program that produced former Colonel and Los Angeles of Angels starter John Lackey. Robert Romero last pitched Thursday in Lansing, and he pitched a scoreless inning. Romero is on in relief for the 4th time this season, and he'll face Leyson Séptimo, left-handed hitter, 2 hits last night. He's 2 for 4 with a run scored this afternoon. Romero, a right-hander. And a pitch smacked into straightaway center. Kuhn won't get it. Off the base of the 407 sign, and it's a ringing, booming double by Leyson Séptimo, his 3rd hit of the afternoon. Brother, did he ever torch that pitch? Drilling it over the head of Brad Kuhn, and that hit for the Silverhawks is their 13th of the day. Robert Romero, 0-1 this year, on for the 4th time, a 2.45 ERA. Roberts only pitched 3 2/3 innings and given up a run on 3 hits. Here's a line drive into right center field. That's a base hit, and Séptimo will be waved home. The ball gets by Flint Whipke, but backing it up Brad Kuhn, and South Bend is rallying here. They have 2 hits on 2 pitches from Robert Romero. That one in Roberts' defense was cued right off the end of the bat, a Texas leaguer into right field. But it's an RBI for Justin Upton. He's driven in 3 of the Silverhawk 5 runs. Upton at first, nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning. The Kernel lead has now been cut to 10-5. Left-handed hitting cleanup man Brian Byrne now at the plate to face Romero. Fastball over but low from Robert. Ball 1. Well, let's hope the Kernels don't make things too interesting here. Ryan Aldridge last night notched a save, but gave up a single, walked a pair. The Silverhawks had the tying runs in scoring position before Aldridge struck out the final 2 Silverhawks. Ball 2 outside, and now a strike at the knees to Brian Byrne, Byrne. Byrne is nothing for 3 today with a walk and a run scored. A pitch slapped to deep short, backhanded by Infante, throws to second out, throw to first, gets away from Mark Trumbo, but holding at first is the batter, Brian Byrne. What a terrific play by Larry Infante, backhanding a hard hit ball deep at short, and then pegging to the second baseman, Dallas Morris, for a force of Justin Upton. That went 6-4. Morris's throw to first skipped in the dirt, got by Mark Trumbo, but the batter, Brian Byrne, had to stay at first base. Mark Haley is arguing that Morris danced around the base at second and that Upton should have been safe, but the base umpire is sticking to his guns. 1 on, 1 out, top of the 9th inning for Frank Carreri. Carreri, a left-handed hitter. Ball 1 is high and outside. Frank is 3 for 4 today. South Bend has 14 hits. The Kernels have 15. The difference in the game, 9 of the Kernel hits have been for extra bases. Swinging a foul straight back, and it's 1-1 to Frank Carreri. Kernels lead it 10-5. The Silverhawks have a runner at first with 1 out. Here in the top of the 9th inning. Fastball below the knees, ball 2 from Robert Romero. Romero pitched in 7 games with the Mesa Angels in the Arizona Rookie League last year, and then pitched in 10 games for Orem, went 0-2. There's ball 3 from Romero, and he can't dig himself too deep a hole. Frank Carreri is looking for his 4th hit of the afternoon. He could get something good to hit here. The 3-1. Sliced foul over the screen, and the count is full now. Sun shining, 63 degrees, a Sunday Family Fun Day crowd of 890. Here's the payoff pitch. Sliced off to the left, foul. Robert Romero throwing strikes to Frank Carreri. Out of the University of Massachusetts, his average 341, 3 for 4 this afternoon. Robert is set. The next delivery. Popped foul down the left field line, headed toward the grass slope seating berm, and on to the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion. Tomorrow, hot dogs are only $1. Tomorrow evening, the gates open at 5:30. 6:10, we'll have the South Slope Communications Triple Play show for you on 1450 KMRY. And Romero comes inside to the batter. Carreri fights it off and fouls it off the railing of the third base Silverhawk dugout. Now Frank calls time and steps out. One of the most famous athletes to ever go to the University of Massachusetts, Dr. J. Julius Erving. Now the plate umpire is pointing to something down the left field line. Well, here comes the Kernel equipment manager. Apparently a sandbag has come. Oh, boy. Well, the Kernel equipment manager has run out from beneath his hat. Oh, it's a baseball. Well, I'd be much more concerned with the sandbags in the Silverhawk dugout. Here's another 3-2 pitch. And it's dribbled foul up the first base line. Robert Romero keeps throwing strikes, and Frank Carreri, the left-handed batter, keeps putting the ball in play foul. A Kernel win would elevate the ball club's first half record to an even 500, 12-12. Another foul. This one coming right back towards the pitcher's mound after it caromed off the facade of the grandstand roof. Couple of folks still enjoying the action out on the Westdale Mall. Mix 96.5 FM, Whirling Waters home run hot tub. Swing and a foul by Carreri. That is 6 foul balls on 3-2 counts. Top of the ninth inning, 1 out. 1 run home for South Bend. The Kernels lead this game 10-5. 29 hits in the ball game. Time is now called. Can Romero throw another strike? A changeup, drilled to first, caught by Trumbo, steps on the bag, double play. Well, the game comes to a stunning end. A line shot. A line shot by Frank Carreri, caught by Mark Trumbo. He turned it into an inning-ending double play, 3 unassisted. In the ninth, 1 run for the Silverhawks, 2 hits, no Kernel errors. South Bend leaves the bases empty. They stranded 9. The Kernels have gone 2-0 on this 8-game homestand with a 10-5 drubbing of South Bend this afternoon. 10-5 Kernels, totals, highlights, and more come your way next on the Kernel Curtain Call here on the Kernel Radio Network.
Next up, a musical taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a new spin on an old vibe from me to you. A tasty sip of Dr. Pepper for your ears, and it starts like this.
I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper?
Now that's cool, but pepper, it's a little better. So let's slide in a taste of this.
I'm a pepper,
Right on. But there's still more to it. I mean, there's nothing like it, because every sip is a chicken mashup of 23 different flavors. So for the true taste of Dr. Pepper, we dial it up even more.
I'm a pepper.
You know it.
Come on!
With 23 flavors mixed into one bold taste, every sip is a cool mix of music to your mouth. Woo! Dr. Pepper, there's more to it.
Your home is a place for savoring all the good things in life. It's a place for celebrations. It's a place where memories are created. To make sure your home is properly insured, visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion, your professional Pekin insurance agency. Sheets Forest Draper will give you all important details about homeowners insurance with complete coverages and surprisingly affordable rates. Visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion for homeowners insurance for your well-lived and well-loved home.
It's time for the Kernels Curtain Call. Now, with a game recap, a complete look at the State Farm scoreboard, and a look ahead to upcoming action, let's rejoin the voice of the Kernels, John Rogers.
Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Stadium, everyone. John Rogers with you on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. We had a crowd of 890. I would say a quarter to a third of them were from Viola Gibson School, and they saw the Kernels unleash a 15-hit attack, which included 9 extra base hits, 4 doubles, 3 triples, and 2 home runs in a 10-5 waxing of the South Bend Silverhawks. The Kernel record now in the first half stands at 500, 12 wins and 12 losses. Things didn't get off to a positive start for the Kernels today. With Stephen Merrick on the hill, Leyson Séptimo singled with 1 out in the first, and then Justin Upton, the first-round draft pick by the Diamondbacks, first player chosen in last year's draft, an 18-year-old phenom from Chesapeake, Virginia, belted a 2-run homer to make it 2-0 in favor of the Silverhawks. The key to the game, though, was Brad Kuhn's resiliency, his very tough at-bat in the very first inning for the Kernels. He fouled off 3 or 4 3-2 pitches from starter Cody Evans, then walked. Dallas Morris then singled into center. The ball skipped by Justin Upton, an error, and allowed Kuhn to score all the way from first. Morris made it to second, and it was 2-1 South Bend. Patrick Riley then collected the first of his 4 hits today. Line drive single into center to plate Dallas Morris and tie the game at 2. After Jordan Renz was retired on a check swing roller to second, Brett Martinez walked, and Mark Trumbo delivered a 2-run double over the head of Justin Upton, scoring both Riley and Martinez and putting the Kernels ahead 4-2. With 2 out in the second inning, the Kernels struck for 3 runs. It all started with a 2-out single to right by Dallas Morris. Patrick Riley then tripled over the head of Justin Upton to score Morris and make it 5-2 Kernels. Jordan Renz wrapped a double past third to drive in Riley and make it 6-2, and then Renz scored in the second inning on a 2-out single to right by Brett Martinez, and the Kernel lead was 7-2. In the third inning, however, Stephen Merrick surrendered a 2-out RBI single to Richard Mercado that plated Brian Byrne, who had walked, to make it 7-3 Kernels. The Kernels then made it 9-3 in the fifth inning. A home run by Travis Schlichting with 2 out over the left field wall. A Larry Infante 2-out triple. And then Brad Kuhn hit one into center that Justin Upton misjudged and dropped for a 3-base error. Infante scored the second run of the fifth inning on Upton's second error of the day in center field. And the Kernels, with 2 in the fifth, made it 9-3. The Kernels scored another run in the sixth inning, a 1-out home run by Jordan Renz, his second of the year, and that made it 10-3. South Bend scored a single run off of Brock Butcher, Colonel reliever Brock Butcher, in the sixth inning. They scored in the top of the sixth inning, and then the Silverhawks also scored a run in the ninth off of Robert Romero. The game ended on a line drive double play. Mark Trumbo caught the liner off the bat of Frank Carreri and then stepped on first to double off the runner there, Brian Byrne, and the Kernels secured a victory this afternoon 10-5 over the Silverhawks. Here's the final line score for South Bend: for the Kernels, 10 runs, 15 hits, 9 of which were extra base hits, 1 Kernel error. The Kernels stranded 7. The Silverhawks plated 5 runs on 14 hits. They made 2 errors, and they left 9 aboard. The Kernel winner was Stephen Merrick. He didn't have his best stuff, but he only allowed 3 runs in 5 innings. Merrick is 2-1. The South Bend loser, Cody Evans, drops to 0-3. The game took 2 hours and 36 minutes before a Viola Gibson Sunday Family Fun Day crowd of 890. 10-5 Kernels will return in just a moment and enjoy our PRC play of the game. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to the ballpark every Wednesday this season. You heard right. Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to Veterans Memorial Stadium every Wednesday this season. The first 750 of you Kernel fans to enter the gates before Wednesday's home game will receive an envelope full of money inside from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Each of those 750 envelopes will contain a greenback up to a $100 bill. Fairfax State Savings Bank, free money Wednesdays. Come early to line your pocket with cash.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one. Do you, Susan Smith, take Giuseppe Florentino? You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared in Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes you Zio. Come to Zio Giano's for real Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta.
The Kernels trample the Silverhawks to take a 2-0 lead in this 4-game series, 10-5 this afternoon. PRC is proud to present during the Kernel Curtain Call, as they do during all of our broadcasts, the PRC play of the game. Before we get to it, let's note that 2 Kernels slugged home runs today, Travis Schlichting in the 5th, Jordan Renz in the 6th, and for every Kernel home run slugged this season, PRC's Community Care donates $25 to the Haycap Food Reservoir in their Home Runs for the Hungry campaign. With 8 home runs total now this season, PRC, the former Access Direct, has donated $200 to the Haycap Food Reservoir. PRC is also a great place to work. They call their benefit package Life Essentials, and the Life Essential benefit package at PRC includes life insurance, medical, dental, vision, and pet insurance, a flexible work schedule, paid training, a 401k retirement savings plan, and a casual dress code. A job at PRC is a job you'll love. Our PRC play of the game, with the Kernels leading 7-3 in the top of the 5th inning. Justin Upton reached on an infield single. That brought up Brian Byrne, the cleanup batter. Stephen Merrick was on the hill. Here is our PRC play of the game. We've been caught in a swirling pattern of alternating clouds, rain, and a little bit of sun. Sorry about that. I had it queued up. Here we go with our PRC play of the game. In the 5th inning, Kernels leading 7-3. Upton at first and Brian Byrne facing Stephen Merrick. Upton at first. He's not running. A ground ball to third. Can the Kernels turn 2? Schlichting to second out. And Morris to first. Double play. Around the horn she went. 5-4-3. And the pitcher's best friend has helped Stephen Merrick here in the 5th inning. Kernels leading 7-3. And Stephen Merrick struggling a bit, but pitching gallantly. That's why we chose the double play turned by Schlichting, Morris, and Trumbo as our PRC play of the game in this Kernel 10-5 thrashing of the Silverhawks. A job at PRC is a job you'll love. Visit PRC on their website, www.prcnet.com. We'll take another break here on the Kernel Curtain Call and be back with a complete look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard in just a moment. 10-5 Kernels, you're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
The hottest feature in beautiful Veterans Memorial Stadium is the coolest place. It's the Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub. How can you and your friends relax and splash it up from the most coveted spot at the ballpark? Simply register at Centerpoint in Westdale Mall and listen to Mix 96.5. If you're selected as the winner, you'll enjoy the ultimate entertainment experience. AquaJet Stream Comfort atop the left field wall in the Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub. Brought to you by Westdale Mall and Mix 96.5.
It's unheard of. An industry first. A car and truck from the same manufacturer to win the coveted Motor Trend Car of the Year and Motor Trend Truck of the Year in the same year. And the award goes to Honda. Yes, the 2006 Honda Civic wins the Motor Trend Car of the Year, and the 2006 Honda Ridgeline wins for Motor Trend Truck of the Year. And you can find them both at Randy Kill Honda on Centerpoint Road Northeast. Randy Kill Honda is the home of confidence. Check out their huge selection of new inventory, including the Honda Civic Hybrid with fuel savings of up to 50 miles per gallon on the highway. You owe it to yourself to see why Motor Trend voted the Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline the Motor Trend Car and Motor Trend Truck of the Year for 2006. Visit Randy Kiel Honda in person on Centerpoint Road Northeast or online at randykiel.com. Randy Kiel Honda, where they treat you right.
Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Stadium, where before a Sunday family fun crowd of 890, including hundreds from Viola Gibson School, the Kernels knocked off South Bend 10-5. Time now, thanks to State Farm Insurance agents Gary Schubat, Brad Dunn, Dale Thompson, and Al Shetler to bring you scores from this afternoon. In the big leagues, it's the State Farm Major League Scoreboard. Let's start in Miami, where the Marlins bowed to the Rockies 3-1 Colorado. At Turner Field, Atlanta whipped the Mets 8-5 today. Houston edged the Reds 3-2 at Great America Ballpark. In the Battle of the Keystone State of Pennsylvania at PNC Park, the Phillies dumped the Pirates 5-1. At New Busch Stadium, the Redbirds clobbered Washington 9-2 today. At Wrigley Field, the Brewers trounced the Cubs 9-0. They're in the bottom of the fifth inning at Petco Park in San Diego, and the Dodgers own a 5-0 lead over the Padres. In the top of the seventh at SBC Park in San Francisco, the Diamondbacks 4, the Giants 0. Here are the finals we have in the American League on the State Farm Major League Scoreboard. At Comerica Park, the Tigers continue their early season wizardry as they stomp the Twins 6-0. In the Bronx, the Yankees beat Toronto 4-1. This afternoon at Tropicana Field, it was the Devil Rays nipping the Red Sox 5-4. The Mariners at Camden Yards edged the Orioles 4-3 today. At Kauffman Stadium, Oakland dismantled the Royals 13-6. Our parent club is in a dogfight with the White Sox, who have taken the first two games against the Angels. Top of the eighth inning at Angel Stadium in Anaheim, White Sox 5, Los Angeles Angels 5. And the game you'll hear tonight, right here in the zone, ESPN Radio 1600. Tonight, the Rangers face off against the Indians at Jacobs Field. That does it for the State Farm Major League Scoreboard, brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Brad Dunn, Gary Schubat, Al Shetler, and Dale Thompson. This afternoon, the Kernels had 15 hits, 9 of them were for extra bases, 4 doubles, 3 triples, 2 home runs, and it added up to a 10-5 triumph over the South Bend Silverhawks. Thanks to everyone from Viola Gibson School who made this afternoon so special here at the ballpark. Tomorrow evening, it'll be Nurses Recognition Night here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. We'll take the air on our sister station, KMRY, at 6:10 with the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, and then have the first pitch at 6:30. The Kernels win it 10-5. John Rogers wishing you a great rest of your Sunday afternoon. This has been Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
This has been a special sports presentation from The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids.
Now back to our regularly scheduled ESPN programming already in progress.